We live. Let everyone roll in. We live. We're gonna be building out jamesperalta.com. That's what we're focused on today. We're gonna make this thing even better. Build out some new features. I have to fix up a couple things that are tweaking out on it. Like my login is broken. Some of the styling is off. There's a few things that I have to fix, but I mean, we'll worry about that after. I think for now, let me run my entry song like I always do. Yo, Paul, what's up? Yo, Paul, what are you up to today? Good morning, good morning. I have to send this. I need my friend to do some studying for a quiz. Hell yeah, what's the quiz about? I'm gonna be building out more of the website. I don't know. I turned off cursor tab because I rather do it myself. Like if it's a side project, I don't need to be vibe coding. I'd rather vibe code at work or like auto generate stuff at work and then learn stuff on my own time. All right, let me run my track.
I'm a coder, coffee stains and imitations. I am such a loner. San Francisco bases got me slowly taking over.
We live. What a pause.
I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. Nico, beast mode, Lico, beast.
Alright, Gervonta, I'm gonna tell you one thing. You have to edit out that neat code. You have to edit out that neat code. I can't be promoting neat code. That's the main thing. And I'm gonna need, like, when's my track coming? Gotta send that to him. Yeah, I can't be boosting you.
Lico, beast mode, Nico, beast mode, Lico.
Alright, let's pump out some code. How's the new job? It's good, it's good. Can't be boosting the ops 100%. This is the site, if anyone doesn't remember. I need to go on. This is the site. What do we have? We have this home screen. Wait, let me fix up this. But later, I'm gonna try out this new thing where we do drop-in live interviews. So I'll just be streaming, and then whoever wants to come on and do a mock interview, people will just drop in and then ask for one. There you go. No, this is gonna be the same one, but I'm just gonna make it better. I gotta fix up a bunch of things on it. Like, what is happening here? Why is this tweaking out? Can I get feedback? Yo, I have a stream later. I'm gonna send you the stream. I'll send you the link to the stream, but in that stream is when we'll be doing that sort of content. I'll send you. Hit the noti on this one. Hit that noti. But it's going up. I had one video that's been going up for me in the last month. This Apple one, so funny. People love these ones. Hit the ad for sure. Look at this. I dropped this thing on May 1st, and this one's going crazy. What's up? What's up? Yeah. Oh god, these are like my most popular videos. So funny. I need to figure out one that's gonna pop like that. If you look at these 3 videos, my Microsoft one didn't do well. Maybe they don't like my. I'm gonna figure out a new title that we're gonna figure out something that's gonna work. All right, let's just code up this. Alpha, you're writing a bunch of tests today too, or you're working on your website? Yo, Paul, let's catch up on your school and stuff too. I want to know how your school has been going. Let's see. Tips on reaching out to people on LinkedIn. Honestly, you just have to spam. When I was first graduating, I just straight hit up recruiters. Yo, Mod, what's up? Mod's in the building. You just have to spam. I've been contacting, but respect for you to go out there and just spam people and ask them for advice and stuff. Respect. How do you think Nico 250 is enough to land a Fang job? Yes, Nico 250 is enough to land a Fang job. The main thing about the Fang job is just getting just getting the interview. But if once you get the interview, it's a pretty streamlined process. Like you just grind leak code. Right, we gotta catch up on stream. We gotta catch up on the voice. I gotta fix this one bug. Okay, let's look at how this code is even structured. So everything is I'm running everything in Vercel. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. I'm gonna go live a lot this weekend. Yo, what's up? What's up? Everything I'm using Vercel for everything. I'm just gonna build out a ton of stuff. How's your week though? That's crazy how you do a 9 to 5 and you still do school. How's the commute? The commute is way longer. Meta, the office is in Menlo Park, and the one that I go to is in Sunnyvale. So it's about an hour commute. But honestly, it's not that bad. They provide shuttles, so you just hop on a shuttle, and the shuttle is pretty comfortable, and I could just work on the shuttle. That's. But before I only needed to walk 10 to 15 minutes just to get to work, but now I have to actually take a bus. But honestly, it's not as bad as I anticipated it to be. You know who's nice, Cooley guy. I think the Cooley guy's somewhere here in SF. Maybe I'll go say what's up. I probably know some people who know him, honestly. Okay, where's the docs? Yo, what's up? Welcome. This is my website. What's the best way to learn Vercel and use it? Well, first off, Vercel is just literally React. Well, Vercel is just the infrastructure to host your React or host your Next.js app. So I would first learn React, then I would learn Next, which is not that hard if you already know React. And from there, you're going to be trying to figure out how to host your next app. Just throw it on Vercel. But first off, before you could even learn React, you have to know a little bit of web development. You need to know a little bit about HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Yeah, this is our vibe coded site. How do you run this thing again? Let's see. Mock interview. Jaspreet, does that make sense? You hate CSS? What's so bad about CSS? I think CSS is once you know sort of Flexbox, you know grid, then you have the now you have the layouts, and then after I think the layouts for me are the hardest, dynamic layouts. But then after that, when you're just customizing elements, trying to give it color and stuff like that. Do you know Jonas? No, not off the top. What's CS:GO? Watching CS:GO. What is that? It. Oh, okay. CS:GO. Yeah, any project is good. Just work on projects, learn things, and then put it on your resume. Do you think for some question is worth learning? I don't remember doing four sum, but I feel like if you could do two sum and three sum, those ones are the ones that people ask the most, and then you could easily figure out one for four sum. I don't know. Alpha, Paul, what do you think? Should someone study four sum? How do you even solve that question? Is it like an N3? N to 3? I haven't done leak code in a good month. Next.js config. What's in the Next.js config? Let me see if this is anything bad. Okay. Next.js config. So what do we have? We have dev. We have build. We have start. We have next. We have, okay, we have our test, and we have dev debug. Okay, we're using next dev. Okay, this is how we actually run our app. Why is there a build and start? What is the build? What are the difference between? Honestly, I miss cursor. Cursor is just amazing. The lines you highlighted are part of the script section. Dev command next. The script starts the next using TurboPack, which is a fast bundler for is used to run in development, allowing you to see changes. Build. Optimize the build by minifying. Okay. Start. Okay. So dev is what we need to use when developing, and then when we're running in production, we need to build and start it. That all makes sense. Dude, cursor is so fun to use. I have like these stupid playwright tests. I remember I was writing the test, but I couldn't get it working. All right, let's start it next, or dev npm. Was I using yarn or npm? I think I was just straight using npm. Yo, you should go work at Warp. Apparently, Warp was started by the same guy who built out Google Docs or something like that. Okay, this is our app. Let me change the. We gotta fix one thing. Settings. We need to change the appearance. It needs to look good on all themes. Light mode. See right there, it's already like my it's not blending in well, so I need to fix that. Where's my nav bar? Components, layout, nav bar. Who here's a fan of Tailwind CSS? For me, I don't know if I'm a fan. I don't know why people use it. This looks really weird to me. Black. Oh shoot. Okay, bet. Okay, so how does Tailwind CSS even work? Like, what the heck is this? Why do people like Tailwind CSS? Let's do some analysis. You like Tailwind CSS? Honestly, I vibe coded this whole thing. I didn't even get to understand what Tailwind CSS is. A utility for a CSS framework packed with classes like Flex, Point 4, Text Center, and Rotate 90. Built for the modern web, Tailwind is unapologetically modern. What does that mean? Alpha, you're a clickbait genius. Yo, some people really be titling their stuff like that. And takes advantage of all the latest and greatest CSS features to make developer experience as enjoyable as possible. Everyone, go check out Tailwind CSS. Let me know how this works. Cause, man, like, look at this. You just define random stuff like this. I think it's you just throw a bunch of class names. Background blur empty. What does this do? Let me delete this this background blur empty. That should fix it. How do you fix the transparency? What is this? Can you explain? Can you explain this in Tailwind? I think this is like, oh, this is opacity, opacity, whatever. How do you say that? I'm just gonna turn this background just straight like this. There you go. There you go. I like it like that, honestly. Why was it even... This is better. And then I need to fix this like hover over. This hover over is making it disappear. And I think with the class names here, okay, is active mocks. Is active text. Okay, now I need to fix this hover. Is that what green is? Yeah, I'll check out the Tailwind documentation in a sec. It does make sense so far. So when it's active, we just do this. Otherwise, we do this. Okay. Yo, yeah, it's going crazy right now. I have a couple videos that are popping off. Let's see. How do I do this? Can you explain this Tailwind CSS? Yeah, I'm going to read in a sec. Can you explain this? I just want to fix this one real quick. So PX, this prefix stands for adding padding. Okay, wait, is active. Okay, wait, if it's the active one, then we go here. Oh, it just disappears. That's dumb. Okay, Samuel, why is it when it's active, it's just like greened out? Text white. Hover text. Okay, this is what it. Okay, this is what it is. Okay, this is the text, and then there's hover text. Dude, I'm just gonna do like text white here. Wait. Wait, color picker. FF. How did I not know that? Does this fix this issue? Like, why is home disappeared? It's active. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this over. Or, what am I even saying? Why do we even need to care if it's active? Let's go like this. Actually, no, we do want to care if it's active. Let's do. What should we color it? Oh, I see. You're right. I'm actually dim. Yeah, you're right. I missed that. So if we go like this. My bad. Like, handling both the chat is hard. Okay, perfect. What should I color it? What if it's clicked? What should I do? If it's currently, should I just underline it? How to underline in? How to underline text in? How to underline text in CSS in You just say underline like this. Cap. Oh, it works. It works. It works. Nice. Okay, so how should I make it look then? You can make it black and white on hovering. Or should I make it expand on hover? On hover, increase the font size or something? Hover text red? Okay, so if you want to do hex, you just color it like that. Otherwise, you could just do this. This is what happens when you don't read the doc. Now it's not working. What? Try red. How do you make it if you increase the size? I see. If you do. Okay. Okay, Samuel. Tailwind CSS. Alright. Nice. Dude, this is why I got the chat. Control plus space, don't know how to... Perfect. Oh, you go like that. I see. Okay. Yo, you're a legend. Text red. I was just making shit up. I was literally just making shit up. Let's see. Okay, this is why. Okay. How do you like it? Like hover it on red. Who recommended hover on red? Who's feeling it? I think all of them need to be hover and red at this point. Green 800? Alright, alright. Red 400. I think that works. That works. That works. Let me go rate mocks. But now it's disappeared there. So what do we say? We'll just say bold. Paul, this is not vibe coding because it is the agent mode. I'm gonna keep it on only ask mode, and then I'm gonna keep it only on ask mode, and I have cursor tab off. So that's not vibe coding. Close enough though. Yeah, I'll clean that up in a second. Yeah, I'm not vibe coding this session. I don't want to be vibe coding. Okay, this is a bit better. But then the home, how do you bold? Strong. Someone, oh, font bold. Font. Okay, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, if I just read the doc, I'll be a lot faster, which I'm gonna do right after this. Should I just do extra bold? What's regular bold? I don't know. Did y'all like the underline or what? Font bold. Do font medium. Okay, this is kind of cool. There's a lot of different stuff here. Medium. What are the other options? Font medium. Bold, extra bold. Remove the underline. I already removed it. Yo, thanks Alpha. Thanks for hopping. Yeah, but how do you sorry. How do you know what tab you're on though? Yo, Amir, I got you in my stream later today. I'll send you my stream later today. I have a stream later today. I'll send it to you. To the active route. Pass in the hover. Okay, okay. Use the same. I see what you mean. So the same one here. Literally just throw that here. And then just delete all these ones. Perfect. Okay, that's finally working. That's finally working. Nice. Appreciate y'all. Yo, Bay, what? I was playing your song earlier. But then I said I can't be I realized you're saying neat code. I said I can't be promoting neat code. So I'm you're gonna have to edit that one out. We'll talk. What, the login button? What's up with the login button? Nah, not no more. Not. I don't want to do vibe coding no more. I got bored of it. But I'm still gonna use cursor. Yeah, we need to. It's the same. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We'll fix that. We'll just do. No, I want it like a little bit better. Where's the login? So right here, the background. So what if we just did the original BG is gonna be like this. And if you hover it, maybe it gets even darker. What about that? I'm gonna have to fix that. Like darker green. Darker green. Add a white border? Why? Is that even a thing these days? Adding a... What color should my login button be? I think it's fine, man. Let me check it out. What is the... I'm gonna need a designer. Any designers in this chat? Wait, what are some good colors? What are some good colors for my login button? Oh, I heard of that VO. Okay, complementary colors. Say less. Gio, what are you building? Login. Oh shoot, wrong thing. That doesn't look that good. For the sake of me. Okay. Samuel, what's up? I listened to your advice once and it worked, so I'm gonna keep my eyes open. Use a theme. Is it already at here? I see. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna fix that in a second. Let me fix this quick right here. Don't worry, I'm gonna make this way nicer at some point. Let's see. Where's the login? Let me just fix this login quick. What the? Did it hallucinate? Is this a real purple? Is this good? No, I'm just gonna go back to this. Whatever. We're over optimizing. This is not gonna move the needle. This is not gonna move the needle. Okay. Now we have our website. Now I need to fix one small thing. Let me see. Let me if we need to commit this. Let's see what we did so far. I mean, we just straight up fixed the layout. So we removed the opacity and then we just played around. We're gonna fix this, but all we did was fix the hover. And then lastly, we fixed the login button. So now you kind of know. Why is it still underlining? Okay, it's done. Now you know sort of which one you're on here. My watch button. Where's my watch button? This one? Oh, like some... I think I need to set padding between those. Or not padding, but... like flex margin or something. So it pushes the top card up and it adds... it fills in the gap. Yeah, you're right. I'll fix that. That should be easy. That should be pretty easy. Wait, give me a sec. I have to grab something. University hopping in. Could you quickly just introduce yourself of like what school you go to, maybe what year you in, how many lead code questions you... Give me a sec. Alright, I got the first question. Hold your thoughts. Yeah, pretty much we're gonna simulate a real interview here. This is an interactive code editor. Feel free to run the code as much times as you like. Feel free to choose the programming language that you're most comfortable with. We're gonna prioritize working code. Walk me through the solution for writing the code. I want to make sure that we're on the same page. And yeah, how's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you the first question here. So yeah, I'll read it out to you real quick. We're pretty much given an array of integers. Wait, let me fix this up. So we're given an array nums of integers where all of the numbers are between 1 and n. We need to return an array of all the integers that are actually missing from that range, right? So you can see this array of nums, 5 and 6 are missing out of here.
Okay.
Example 2, 2 is missing. So yeah, I'll let you go ahead and read that now.
Yeah, seems like relatively straightforward with your explanation too. I guess like one thing that kind of intuitively came to mind is that we kind of track the numbers. We have like another array, for example, where we track if the number has been seen before, or rather if it exists. So for example, like tracking by using their indexes. So for example, the first number is like 4, right? So we just have like a bunch of, maybe we'll just have negative ones to start with. And so if we...
All right. Okay, Samuel, let's explore this code real quick so you know what we're working with. How's the audio, by the way? Okay, fix the nav bar. Wait, let's fix one last thing. Bro, like this is bad right here. This is like overlapping kind of thing. So I need to fix that. So I think it's all with my nav bar spacing. You want to see the header component? Where's the header component? This needs to be fixed right here. Okay, here. It might be with this. Wait, let's see. W with Z top. I'll just keep it very tiny. Are you on your computer or your laptop? Okay. This is so weird. I see. So there you... Dude, I vibe coded this whole thing. Oh wait, this is the mobile menu. This is the mobile. Okay, this is what happens when it's mobile. Okay. What's up? Where? The links don't work. Are you in the Discord? Yo, let me know. Just tell me what to look. The links don't work for some reason. I'll go in the docs. Okay, I didn't add, there's no breakpoints, huh? I see. I see. So we have breakpoint small. Okay, so what's happening here? I literally don't know why they're using a grid or why they're using grid. It's a bit weird. Yeah, why not just use flex? I think I'm. I think what's happening is we should just use flex, right? Because we have the link, the name, then we have these, and then we have the login and subscribe. So we just need to use like flex. So if we just use up, let's look up flex. Comment out the login. Where's the login? Oh, shoot. It's this mobile menu. This mobile menu. It needs to be centered. That's the main problem. It needs to, or why is it? But I want the login. Oh, do I care about login and log out? Okay, I see. You're right. That's smart. That's very, very smart. Box video. Okay, but where's the hamburger? So this is the is open. Oh, the menu's right here. So dim. So we're gonna add the login and subscribe in here. Login. Something like this. Okay. href. Straight to login. Why is there even a contact? This thing is random as hell. Alright, perfect. Now we have login. Let's change the color on that actually. This is what happens when you don't read the docs. Yo, Samuel, are you in school? Nice. The videos is not working. Videos. Home. Analytics. Videos. Login. Login is not working. Wait, why is login not working? Let's see. Oh, there you go. It's kind of weird. It's a little buggy. But we're gonna fix some of the styling. Okay, we need to make the hamburger menu. Now we can log in. Sick. Thank you. Love it. We're gonna figure out the is active thing too. But that doesn't really matter. Yo, this thing tweaks out sometimes. What's up? What's up? Like, you kind of have to go from like home to login. You can't go from mocks to login for some reason. How does that make sense? But you can't go from mocks to video. Oh, because do I need to copy this nav bar over? Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I can only go from like home to video. Oh, sorry. If I'm in mocks, I get stuck. I can only go back to home. Okay, I just need to put this hamburger all the way to the right. Where's this hamburger? Okay, medium hidden. What is this? Why is this width full? Let me take the width full out. Why is it taking? Yeah, I'll add the link in a second. Give me a sec. How do I push this over to the right? Let's see. Oh, I need to play. Oh, because it's doing the grid thing. I'm not gonna use grid no more. Let's just use tail. Let's look up Tailwind with CS Flexbox. Flex Auto. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's see what it looks like here. Okay, now we just need to fix this Flex Auto. Wait, where is it? Where did I change that? Okay, let's figure out Flex Auto. Flex. Justify between. Okay, let me copy and paste that. So we did. Where did I mess with that? Where did I take out the flex? Guess this. You're smart, man. Okay, that fixed this. Nice, finally. Let's go. See, all we literally need to do now, we just need to make this thing and we'll say markdown. Now we just need to take our login button. Where's our login button? And add the class like small is hidden. Login, logout, describe. How does it know to hide it? Hidden. Describe. Where does it say that? Empty flex. Like how is it hiding the, let's see. How is it hiding this one? Hiding yeah, but like okay, this makes a oh, so do I just straight throw hidden here? Let's see, login. Or go like this. I think the existence of both empty flex and hidden together is what's hiding it. So I'll just do the same thing. What's ML for? There you go. Holy crap. That took a while. That's way better. Now I have to fix like clicking in between them. Perfect. I see. I see. That's what it's doing. Okay. I see. Okay. Finally, it's working. Okay, let's push up this change. Save changes. Okay, now we fixed the nav bar. Holy crap. That actually took a while. Okay, we're gonna fix these the watch cards as well. Like they're misaligned. We're gonna fix the watch cards. That's what we'll do next. Let's just wait for this to deploy on Vercel. Let me log into my Vercel. sec. Just log it into my Vercel. Yeah, I deployed both the front end and back end, and I'm using like Vercel for the whole thing. Let's do. It's gonna be the biggest mono repo ever. I don't care about a mono repo though. I feel like it's overhyped when people like it to. What do y'all think about mono repos? When people are like microservice is like, yeah, whatever works. I feel the same way, man. Feel the same way, code working. Okay, let's go on www.jamesperalta.com now. This is like way too wide now, right here. But I need to remove some of this padding right there. But now we can log in. I'm going to fix this login feature in a sec. But what we should do is... Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do next. Fix this login feature. But now when we expect the element, nice, we just have we have this now. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Thanks for helping me out. I'm going to take a quick little break. Give me a second. And then we'll stay on because we're going to fix the login. Or let's write a list of things that we're going to do. The last thing I worked on this, you have P4. Yo, where are you based? You said that English is not your first language? Fixed the navigation bar. Oh, nice. I have a few friends from Brazil that I've worked with, and they're really smart. Some of the best coders are from South America, honestly. So we're going to fix the navigation bar. We're going to fix the login. Done. We're going to fix the login. We're going to fix the cards. They should be the watch should be aligned. Fix the card footer. Fix the card footer. What else are we fixing? Does the subscribe button work? Nice. The subscribe button works. And then I had some features that I wanted to build out. Ooh, what? Why do I need a login? Because I'm gonna support like people sending me or doing mock interviews on my website. So I want to build out. I had a list. I want to build out the voice chat. Build out the voice in my website. Maybe build out a chat. And then I want to be able to run the coding interviews in my website, right? And be able to have people sign up. And maybe sort of like maybe we could add survey features like Kahoot and stuff. I'm not vibe coding this thing anymore. I just straight want to learn how to code it myself, and then once I learn all the technologies, then I could vibe code straight, just blast it at some point. But it's not mentally, like, I rather, vibe coding is fun when you figure out all the technologies, and then you just have it spam. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna show you all the code in a second, but that's sort of the plan today. Let me take a quick break. I have to grab something. But yo, look, I also have this. Oh wait, let's fix that thing that you're talking about. I'll be back in like 5 minutes, but we'll do max screen. Okay, we have the padding 4. The padding 4 is what's causing the issue, right? No, I just said the height is too much. I don't like this height. So let's go with this. Yo, I'm down, man. I'm down. Let's see what's happening here. Who's adding this padding here? Oh, it's coming from... What if we just do like 4? Or sorry, 4 here. Okay, okay, that's better. Now it's the... There's still somebody adding padding. Who's adding that padding? Auto P4. Okay. Let's search for all P4. Where is that? Right here. Okay, it's this guy. That was the culprit. John's so funny. First comes in trying to first thing says get clone. Yeah, alright man. Have a good time out there. How's the weather? What padding? This padding right here. Or sorry. Okay, look, I'll show you. Look, there's 16 padding here. I just want to get it to 12 or something. Who's adding? Oh, that. Why does it say padding though? Who's adding padding? Okay, if we remove that P4. What if we do P2 here? P3? What about P3? Who's adding this in? Wait, give me a sec. Do I have calc on my main page? So this is what my code looks like. App. So we have a bunch of tests. This is the entry point. Yo, Minaj, what's up? This server-side rendered stuff. It's good, man. It's good. It's pretty good. The main tag. It's fun, honestly. I'm learning a lot of stuff. Layout. When does the layout actually get used? Okay. What is this? PT16. There you go. Is it? No, that's not it. Because the nav bar is right here. It's in the nav bar, I swear. Okay, let's ask. We're going to ask the LLM. We're building up my website. We're building out jamesperalta.com. So, yeah. Where? The P4. I don't see P4. This horizontal, or sorry, this vertical. So there's padding. Basically, this is what I want to do. I'll show you. Good. So you see there's 16 padding, 16 here. If we get this to 12 right here, you'll see that it makes this bar skinnier. Like I want this at 12. You see that? Who's adding that? Oh, I see. So it's this class right here. Flex, justify between. Okay, P2. Padding. P bottom. PB 0. Oh, I'm so dumb. I was doing it on my normal website. I'm so dumb. Like I was doing it on my deployed website. That's why. Okay, now it's fixed. I'm actually so dim. I was like, why isn't anything changing? There you go. All we have to do is specify P2. That is so funny. That is hilarious. But yo, look, check this out. I have like my analytics section too. What I want to do is actually pull all my analytics and then store it in some database. And then once I have it stored in some database, I want to eventually just query it from my database instead of querying it from their API, because I only have so much like API calls. So that's what I'm trying to work on as well. But dude, there's just so much things to do with this website, honestly. So let's just turn this thing into an iPhone 12. And now it's working a lot better. Appreciate it. And now we have this working hamburger menu. Oh, we need to fix... Okay, when I come back, we're going to quickly fix this. Like, clicking between these is not working. Oh, wait. It is working now. So weird. What's happening? Okay, now we have a solid group of people in here. Let's see. Okay, let me commit that. Fix padding on navbar. Okay. Oh, you're testing out on prod. Respect. Okay, we're gonna branch off and do stuff. Honestly, we have to add themes too. No, I don't care about green. Honestly, we can figure that out in a sec. Like what colors we want. Fix. That's something someone already suggested too, which was fix the themes. Probably lower. Fix themes. Make it changeable. Make it editable in one spot. That's the goal. Finally, this website is fixed. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Today I'm going to be explaining the two-pointer technique to a beginner. So my brother has been coding for about like 2 months now. Starting from like scratch. Didn't even learn any, like he just started with variables and stuff. But he's a pretty fast learner. He's already solving lead code questions. So now, instead of just teaching data structures, we're going to move it up a level and start teaching him some algorithms. And the first one, he's been just spamming array questions. So we're going to do our first one, which is two-pointer technique. So two-pointer technique is just a technique when you have 2 pointers in different areas of an array, and you either like move them together in some way, or you move them like one moves fast through it or something like that. But essentially it's when you have different pointers, and then that it's better if I show you by example. GPT kind of explains it here. 2 pointers moving toward each other to solve problems, and 2 pointer could also be moving in the same direction. A lot of the times there are some that are moving in the same direction. I have seen pointers like or questions like that, but mostly I see ones that are when they're moving towards each other, and that will kind of give you a hint for this question. So I'll just give it up to you for actually solving this. So what are you thinking so far to like reverse the string in place? Don't generate a copy. Yeah. Remember the difference?
Yeah.
What's the difference between in place and like
So for example, like if I were to do like on memory, so basically like I copy the amount of elements into a new list. I would do like a while loop. So I'd be like while, or for this range, I'll just like count downwards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
does that even make sense? Like I would do like a while loop or like a for loop to just like go through O and then put it in and like append it. Then do -1, then do -1, then do -1, and then it'll somehow end up like this.
So you're talking about like for the extra space?
Yeah. But like if I had to do it in the same, I'd have to somehow like what?
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Yeah, like what I'm thinking is I need 2 pointers for sure. Like
Okay.
I would cuz if I do the 1 pointer, I'm basically doing a while loop and then appending it, or like a for loop and then appending it, right? Like
don't type code. Like
don't type code?
Like one thing that candidates always do wrong is they just start typing code right away.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Like that's like interviewing 101. Like talk about your approach and like reason about it first, and get the interviewer on board.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, okay, let's implement that. Don't just start you're getting trigger happy.
Okay. But yeah,
So what are you thinking? Like, kind of explain
like
your
I'm
thought
thinking
process.
probably just like a while loop. So I'll start a pointer. I'll like initialize a pointer on one end.
Sure.
Because you know how you're talking about like in the chat GPT, you can have two pointers moving towards each other, moving in the same direction.
Yeah.
This one, which one was it?
This one right there. Yeah.
Reverse a string. This one? Well, you already did this.
Yeah. But it's your turn.
What was I saying? Like for I'd have to do two pointers for this.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically somehow have to write it within the same line. Do you know what I mean? Like for example, I can oh man, I have to write it. I'm gonna just write the code.
Let's
Let me write the
it.
code.
Okay.
Yeah, but it would basically be like, oh man, I can't just write the code. I feel
No,
like
you
it's
can't
easier
write the
to write
code.
the code though.
No, you can't write the code, man.
Oh, 1111. Make a wish.
Okay.
Do you,
So you're thinking
do you
of-
subscribe to those type of things?
I don't really do horoscopes.
Oh,
I only do
man.
horoscopes for men, which is stocks.
Oh, what do you call it? What's it called? Technical indicators.
So you said it with your video.
The technical indicators.
Technical indicators. Okay.
Oh, man.
So you're saying we have two pointers.
Yeah.
Place them however you like, and then let's just like brainstorm approach to reverse this thing. Oh wait. This is not even the right one. This is we want to turn hello into hello. So just like let's brainstorm some solutions quick, and then you'll get to know the two pointer. So this is expected right here. Okay, you have two pointers. How are you gonna place them, and how are you gonna navigate it to reverse the list?
Yeah. Okay. So like this is the original, right?
Yeah.
So I would just. So I'd be like the code. Like let me just make the code in my head. So I'd be like, initiate two pointers. Pointer one, like left pointer is at index 0. Right
Yeah.
pointer is at length -1.
Sure.
Not the -1
Yeah,
index.
yeah,
Length -1.
Nice.
Right? And then I'll have to be like while pointer 2 is greater than pointer 1, this index is equal this one, and this index is equal to this one on the same line. Do you know what I'm saying?
On the same. Okay, and then so. Okay,
Do you
so
know what I'm saying?
what that's gonna do is turn this O and then H like that. You're gonna swap them essentially. You're saying.
Basically, and then because
what?
then like at the end of that while loop, I'll do like pointer 1 plus 1, and then
Okay, you
pointer
move this
1
one?
minus 1. Yeah,
Okay, then what's gonna happen?
and then it'll
You
run
swap
the same.
this again.
Yeah,
So you put L here. and B here.
basically.
And then what do you do when you get to the middle?
I don't know.
You
When it get to the middle, it'll just
you
like
leave it as this.
would it break at that point? If I do like a while loop?
I mean, it looks like your algorithm is actually doing what it's supposed to, right?
Yeah, but does it break in the middle?
I mean, let's try a smaller case. Be like, John, right?
Yeah,
We want to flip that, and how's that going to be flipped? J-
NOH, NHO.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're gonna do two pointers, one here, right?
Okay.
So, what do you say? You're gonna flip these,
Yeah.
and then
But like, how would it not break? Like, I feel like my code would break on if it was like a uneven amount.
well, we already just did the two cases, right? Here, this is uneven.
Yeah.
Well,
But how is it gonna flip the L with the L though?
What's
Oh
your-
no,
okay.
it would. I don't know.
I mean, I like your approach. We can handle edge cases later. Let's just implement it. that's how you have to do an interview a little
What?
bit. You gotta like show that you actually know what you're doing. Cause sometimes
I see.
somebody would just like
But,
straight
like,
up
how-
just coding.
Like, how would they not get it though? Like, if the code makes sense, right? So I'd do pointer 1, and then pointer 2.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
I
like
do
an easy
like-
question, but if there was a harder question and the person just started coding and I just have to
Yeah.
understand what they're saying,
Yeah,
It's just not
I'm
good
gonna just-
practice.
yeah, I'm gonna do a pointer left and a pointer R. There are. Okay. But yeah, this one would be at 0, and then this would be at length of, what do you call it? S. Does that?
Yo, let's write some code. Back. I'm gonna fix this. It's looking good though. For me, I think it's looking good. Okay, I gotta fix this login feature. I already kind of have this like login. Yo, what's up? Login works on localhost. I'll show you. Let me log in real quick. Now I see that bar. Okay, where did I fix that? Oh, I see. That bar is happening because there's a gap here. So we need to... See, that gap is happening because of this thing. Let me see. There you go. Thank you. Perfect. So now, look, we have the name there. We'll just say welcome. We could do... So, but now it throws it off a little bit. What is, maybe it's a self-center. Log out. Yeah, we'll fix that in a sec. That's not like the main thing. Okay, we have login. You can log in here. Yeah, well, let's figure that out in a sec. I need to fix my login for my actual website. So I just need to play around with the... Wait, let me push this change. This is the issue that we're handling right now. I need to go on my Google Cloud Console and fix this. You gotta add your domain to the whitelist. Let me see. I forget what. But I have to look at this on the other side, just in case I leak. Google Client ID apps, Google user content.com. One sec. I'll be back. I'll look at the chat in a second. Let's just ask GPT-4o, can you give me a step-by-step guide for setting up OAuth? This thing generates so fast these days. Setting up OAuth for your application involves several steps. Here's a general guide to help you through the process. Note that the exact steps. Samuel, is my Wi-Fi working, by the way? Or sorry, my audio working good, by the way? So, choose an OAuth provider. I'm going to use Google as my OAuth provider. Client ID. Okay, we have a client ID. I want to use next JSN. Okay, this is what our Google client ID and secret key are for. Let me write this down. Let me get my notes. I have it working locally. I just need to get it working on production. So what we're gonna do is no more welcome here. Just straight up, just say the name. Yeah, so well we're gonna use next auth. That makes sense. Steps 1, install next. Yeah. Okay, go to Google Developer Console. Google Developer Console. I already did this part. I already created the credentials and stuff before. Create credentials. Add authorize URIs. Okay, set up. I did pass. What do you mean by set up the URI? This part? Are you talking about this part? I thought I did. Let's see. I thought I did. I haven't looked in a while. Set up. What's your client ID? Secret. And then this, what's this next auth URL? Next auth URL. What's the next auth URL? I've never done it with that too. Did I have that? Let me check if I have that. Where did it try to redirect to? Let me see if I have that. Maybe I don't have the next auth URL. What's up? What's up? Any advice for a high school starting leak code? Yo, V Mello, I have a session later where I'm gonna be doing a lot of career advice. I'm gonna send you the stream. Yo, Ruben, what's up? Let's see, integrations overview. Okay, I'm trying to look for my... Where did I look at my API calls? Settings. Environment variables. So next auth URL. Okay, I have that specified. I have that specified already on local. Or I have that specified on production. Let me check Google Cloud Console. Google Cloud. Dude, there's so much to this. Okay, I'm going on my console right now. Wait, where did it say to click? It want me to go Google credentials. I just need to find this OAuth credentials. Oh, I see it. I see it. Here, I'll show you one thing. Sam, like this is what we have, so I am specifying it. The environment variable is there though. I did on Vercel. Next auth URL. Like this is on Vercel. Wait, but why do when I sign in? But look, it doesn't even get this. Can't. Okay, what is this error about? on? What do you mean, do I have a service on my code base? Wait, let's look at this. Okay, I'm looking at my authorized JavaScript authorized. This is my auth right here. I've done it before, but I think the problem is literally it's not showing the link first. It's saying redirect URI mismatch. This is a problem on the Google server, not my server right now. It's redirecting to the wrong thing. So when I click login, why does it take forever? What do you mean show you the print again? Okay. This is the Yo, Gruma, what's up? Yo, let's collab at. You got the ad? It's like the. Oh, you're dropping some videos today? Nice. Make sure that you are. Okay, log in. Please sign in with Google. Wait, I'm focused up and not signed in. Try. What's the callback URL here? Is this the issue? Handle Google sign in. Try. I do have a .m file. It's right there. I just don't want to click into it. Let's see. My .n file is good. Trust me. And this is only local .n file. What do you mean? This code snippet is... Let me just look this up on Google. We get this thing in dark mode. The days of the username and password based logins are now over. Using OpenID Connect, users can be onboarded in a breeze in just one click. But there's so much confusion over the overall flow. See, the user goes to Google. When they go to Google, it's storing the redirect URI. So it's nothing related. I don't think it's anything related to my code, bro. Let's see. Or, let's see. Because when it does, this login works. Like, this is the first step. So when we redirect to Google, so when you click on this sign in, you are redirected to Google sign in page where you consent to the profile. The Google Auth provider shares an ID token and verifies. Wait, can I use... Can I use the same OAuth for local? Can I use the same OAuth for local and development? For local and fraud? Okay, we're gonna systematically break this down. I'm not gonna rush this. So we click login. So when we click login, it should take us to my server. Wait, give me a sec. The redirect passed in the authorized request does not. Client's page. Is this correct? I'm trying to set up OAuth under the. Okay, I added a couple more things. It's like, okay, my problem is like when I click this login button, okay. I'll take a look in like 2 seconds. Why am I getting this error when I hit the sign in button? I'll pass in my sign in code. Gemini should know best, right? Next. Wait, I'm getting close, I think. Because it works, it just doesn't work in production. Redirect. Yeah, that is my next auth. This is so annoying. Yeah, like local works properly. Look, click login, sign in, right? That all works locally properly. It's just it's just not working when I go in production. It's to do with the settings. It's just annoying. Like okay, they said look closely before. It just happened so fast though. Oh, it happened so fast though. How do I look at the I see. Now my client ID. I don't think the client even matters here. I updated the env inverse, so yeah. See, it's saying I set it up properly. Because it is. Oh, wait. Dude, that's like the most annoying. If that fixes it, I'll be cheesed. Wait. Okay, I just had to add this. So basically what it's saying is like just try adding Bro, what's going on? This is so annoying. Oh, see, this is the redirect URI. Oh my god. Dude, it was the www thing. I finally... Yo, that was so annoying. All I had to do was add this, and this. That's the stupidest thing ever. That took... How long did that take us? That was so annoying. Yo, what's up? That's 40 minutes too long. Yeah. But now we know. Now we know. Samuel, I was like, yeah, I feel like it wasn't anything with the code because we've done it, or it was working locally. That's the thing. I feel like it was just settings on the console. Okay, now we finally have login capabilities. Dude, I'm actually pretty happy about that. And it didn't take anything here, which is good. Fixed spacing. Okay, let's move on to our next part. So now we fix... Okay, now we have to fix the... Are you solving leak code later? Boy the man, I have a stream later, I'm gonna handle that. I'll show you. Go to my website. Yo, so everyone, hit the noti on this. Hit the noti. I know a lot of people on my channel tuned in for the leak code. That's the thing. Okay, you can see that when we log in and log out. Leak code, beast mode. Wait, what happened again? There you go. Hey, babe, what is in? Yo, babe, what? We gotta cook up some beats on the stream. I need some beats to start all of my videos with, and some tracks. I'm gonna message you that right now. We gotta cook up some. Boy, the man, I believe you, but we gotta put you through a coding interview to see where you're at. Are you free later? You're beast. Boy, the man is on Lico beast mode. Boy, the man, are you ready to want to do a mock later? Okay, let's look at the code quick. I want to build out the voice. What's tech stack? I'm using what's it called? Next.js, React. Let's see, I added it somewhere. I'm using, yeah, pretty much just Next.js, React, Next.js, Vercel for hosting, and that's about it. Yo, let me see if I can log in, and Tailwind, yeah. Let me see if I can log in on my phone. Let's see if that's all working fine. Wait, I'm logging on. I'm seeing if login is working on my phone. Nice. Okay. Logging in is working perfect on my phone. Perfect. Okay, mobile's looking nice, I can't lie. Yeah, we need to organize the code a little bit better, but we need to pump out a feature quick, which is the voice chat. I want to add voice chat. So that's what we're going to work on right now. Okay, we got to think this through a little bit. How's this voice chat feature we're gonna build out this voice chat feature. Build out a voice chat feature. feature for signed in users. So we're gonna build out the voice chat for signed in users specifically. What that means exactly is we're gonna have probably a tab called chat. This has Gemini. How build a voice chat feature on my website where I can talk to people. I'm using Vercel. Yeah, I'm gonna use Vercel. Vercel. You do code forces too? Knowing you're using Vercel, you can implement your own signaling server using WebSockets. You implement the WebRTC client-side logic. Create a file. Yo, this sounds complicated. What do y'all think? You think this is doable? This actually sounds difficult. Okay, we might have to turn on the vibe code. Let's see. I've done WebSockets before, but I'm just trying to figure out how the voice is going to be sent in real time. Is it through the WebSockets? Web real time. It is an open source project. Okay. So signaling. Okay, let me write some notes. Use WebRTC for real-time peer-to-peer comms. So we need to do signal. We need to do signaling to exchange metadata. So we can just comment signaling techniques WebSockets or. Choose a signaling technology. Implement the server-side logic for handling connection requests through management. Dude, this is complicated. Is there a way that I could just integrate Zoom or something? Let's see. But we need to figure out how. We need to figure out. I think first we need to figure out how people what the UI is gonna look like. Because I think once we figure out how the UI is gonna look like, at that point, all we need to do is just make the connection. So I'm just trying to think. How do we make it so that let me think. Yeah, this is for sure doable, but to do it all in one go like this is the harder part. So we need to figure out how to break it down into steps. Like building out that feature, of course I could do it in like a week, like for sure 2 weeks. But we just need to break it down into steps that we can handle on the stream, right? Like you can't rebuild Zoom voice chat in just a couple hours. I don't think, unless you're really, really legendary. So I think we need a way. I think once we're logged in. Why did this happen again? So weird. Why does that happen twice like that? I do have a backend. But the backend is just Next, right? Because we have these APIs. Have you used Next.js before? So I think when we deploy this, it deploys all of these as well. So these are basically these can be used as regular APIs as well. Honestly, I didn't ever read the docs yet on Next. I didn't read the docs on what is it called? Tailwind. So I need to figure that. I need to actually read the docs for those at some point. But we have these APIs, and these just behave like regular API calls, right? So when we're saying, do we have a backend? Oh no, I don't have like a Node.js instance running or anything like that. If that's what you mean, Samuel, I don't have a Node.js instance running. I don't have Express app or anything. This is just a single. You see, this is just a single front end. All the code related to the rendering part is here. Okay, let me look into Next.js quick. Okay, what are the most important things I need to learn about Next? So I can handle everything on Next, right? So okay, let's talk. Samuel, what let me get you Samuel, are you in the Discord? Okay, let's just read up on Next.js and kind of understand this stuff quick. Next.js is a React framework for building full stack web applications. Use React components to build user interfaces. Okay, what's your Discord name? Join call. Yo, what's up? What's up? Can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah.
Wait,
hear
can you
me?
say something again?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's kind of like very low though. You have to bring up.
Yeah, my microphone. Let me take a look.
Yeah, or maybe just bring it all the way up to your face or
Is
something.
this better?
Wait, talk again?
Is this better? You can make
Yeah,
my
I hear.
volume higher too.
Yeah, I hear you now. Chat, how does he sound? It's
Okay.
good. It's all good. It's all good. So teach me about this Next.js stuff. What's going on here? You work on
Oh,
Next.js?
yeah, I work with Next.js on a daily basis, so I think the the documentation has a very streamlined explanation about it, but you don't have like a backend. You're just using like server-side actions to handle some stuff, right?
I
On
don't
your
have an
project.
Express backend. Like I'm not hosting anything in
Yeah,
AWS or not hosting anything in Firebase. Like there's
yeah.
no
At
backend.
first, I thought you had. That's why I asked. So for the voice chat, I think it's quite simple, honestly. You just have to use like a good lib to help you build it. What I would do first is just create the user interface.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have like a good idea of what you're building, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, it's just like handling connections, right? It's not like a very complex thing because you don't need to integrate your like a real backend to it, you know, like with how can I say, with some historic of what you have done
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, right? You just want to build a voice chat, right?
Yeah, I just want to build a voice chat.
Yeah, okay. So you're using the server-side actions to make API calls.
What do you, by server side
You
actions? Do you mean like these APIs right here? These
Yeah,
routes?
that's right. You're using like the server-side aspect of Next.js, you know? You see, you
Yeah.
have like a get function, you have a request, and you actually can't see it on the server side. If you press F12 on your browser, you can't see it happening because it's happening on the Vercel side.
Oh, yeah, it's happening
You know what
server
I'm talking
side,
about?
right? Yeah.
Yeah, everything is happening server side if you're using like this. So yeah, you can handle everything there, you know. You don't need to.
I
It's
don't
not
need to
that
host
complex.
actual backend, right? This is
Yeah,
basically my backend. These I could define API routes like a regular Express API.
yeah, yeah. That's
Okay.
right.
Okay. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Take a look at socket.io.
For voice chat?
It's Yeah, it's going to help you handle the peer-to-peer connections.
It's like how would that work with Next.js though?
It's like the same as you're doing for everything else. Ask for Gemini to give you an example of a voice chat using socket.io. You can see it's like quite simple.
But if I'm using Next.js, do I need a persistent server? Or no? Oh, it says no server true.
I don't think so. I think you can handle it on the Next.js side. Like you don't need like a real server. I think you need to handle the connection. That's all.
Okay, yeah, because all you need to do is use the server in order to connect them peer to peer, and then after
Yeah,
that, use front-end libraries to
yeah.
handle the voice chat.
I think it works. I think it works.
Yeah, I've done
Oh,
this
the
before.
WebRTC is like built in JavaScript, right? So yeah,
Yeah, I've
you
actually
can
done
like
this before.
record
What am I
voice.
saying?
Yeah,
I did this in a hackathon.
but honestly, you want to do this on your live, right? So what I would do is just organize the code, like I said, because if you start doing this and then you want to change something, you're going to have like so much work
Yeah.
if you don't have the code well structured, you know, because like on your header, on your navbar,
Hmm.
um, you have the mobile menu on the same component as your whole navbar, so it's harder to maintain. You could just like component make it a component and render conditionally, you know.
Which the
Uh,
menu?
yeah, yeah. But let's not focus on that right now if you don't want to do it.
But you're
But my
saying
advice is,
basically clean up the code, right? This code is just too much.
yeah,
Yeah.
because if you like grow this and you want to make changes later, which I think you're going
Yeah,
to
for
do,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
You're going to have so much work
Yeah.
because React in
Wait, go ahead.
do it right,
What'd
you
you
know.
say?
React can become very messy. Like it can become a mess if you don't do it right.
Hmm. Yeah, I need to. There's a lot of duplicated code, right, with all these.
Yeah. So what I would do is turn this, like let's say the mobile div,
Hmm. This
turn
one.
turn it into a component. Like you go into component, and then you create a mobile navbar
Yeah.
or
Hamburger.
hamburger menu. I don't know. You can call it whatever, and
I
put
see.
it all inside of this component, and then you handle everything you have to do with the mobile component there, you know, so you can have more maintainability. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like
Yeah.
move this out.
So this is my advice, like clean up the code. Um,
What about for the
you see
CSS? Like, what's the best way to write? Is
okay,
this the best
so
way to write Tailwind? Just straight into this code right here?
you can create like combinations. Let me show you something real quick. Let me just 1 second. I was building my own website too. Like, let me show this to you. 1 second.
Oh,
Can you see my screen?
yeah.
Okay, so this is what I was building, right? And you see I have like everything organized here. And what I meant by writing reusable stuff for CSS is this, right? This is the new version of Tailwind. It came out like 2 months ago, so I'm still learning too. So what you can do when you use something like this, let's say you're putting it to brackets, you know, and you do this, you're actually telling you want this background to have this color, right?
Yeah.
So you can define it on your global CSS. So
Okay.
here I have my main color, my main colors, right? And you can write it in here on your theme.
And theme is a
And
new
what?
CSS. That's just regular
Oh,
CSS, right? That's not.
Yeah, it's built into Tailwind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Oh, because
you
you're
can
importing
use it.
Tailwind there. I see.
Yeah, this is the Tailwind setup. You have the same as me. I think if you look up on your project globals.css, you can see this file. So what I would do is just take all the stuff that you're using like this, like let's say this, and turn them into something that you can use easily, you know?
Mm.
So also what you can do is create classes for components. So you have a component layer, and here you can build like classes to reuse on your components. So button primary takes in all this Tailwind CSS code, and it becomes just this. So I'm applying all these classes with this one line, you know?
I see.
Let me show you. You can do this too. But I think you don't need to like do this exactly, but try to organize everything you can, you know, so you can reuse it later easily.
I
Yeah,
see.
I'm not even. Oh, maybe
No, that makes a lot of sense. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. I'm sorry if you cannot understand me
Well, I can
sometimes.
understand you easily.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah. So I would do this first before trying to build something more complex, you know,
I see.
because it can become a mess. It's not easy to write, you know. You're
Oh,
lagging.
you can't, or you can.
Yeah. Oh, I can now.
Okay.
You're lagged.
So what's this?
Before.
Okay, let me take a picture of this. Add themes and what's the components again? You could just create custom components.
Yeah, this is the component layer. So you use this to organize CSS styles for your components. Does that make sense?
Okay, and then let's see your code. Let's see, like, click through some of like your nav bar and stuff.
Okay,
Let's
take
see.
a look at this. So here I have a button, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And what I did is just create a variant for my button. So if the variant is primary, I'm using this class name,
Nice.
which is composed by this. Can you see that I am applying like Tailwind CSS to this?
Yeah, that's
Like
crazy.
it has, yeah.
When
So
you say
this is
components,
just
you're like
like,
if somebody uses this class, they automatically get all these other classes applied to it as well.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Exactly. So this is a very good approach to using Tailwind.
Okay, that's what apply does, right? And for the other one right below it, you don't use apply. Let's see. That
Oh,
means
this is because I'm using straight CSS.
okay. So it's not actually adding any. Can you mix and apply with actually adding some straight CSS? Like you
I
can.
think you can do it like this too. Like,
Okay.
yeah, you
So
can do it like
your
this.
apply means apply class names, but then you could also add like styles yourself.
Yeah. That's right. This is what makes Tailwind so good. I see people complaining about this makes code ugly at some point. So, but you can do this, so you don't have to write all of this into into JSX, you know.
Wait.
So
Can you go back? I'm gonna take a
Tailwind is very good.
screenshot of that.
Yeah,
You use Next.js all the time too.
yeah.
Like, what are some of your advice of like Next.js? Like, what should I focus on learning and stuff on Next.js?
Okay, like for some basic stuff, if you
Yeah.
can, always try to not use the use client. Um, I don't know how to call this, but you see at the top of my screen, I have a use client
Yeah,
thing.
that means it's client side rendered at that point, right?
Yeah. So if you can, don't use this on your like homepage. Try to create components for everything, so you actually render the UI on your server side, you know, because it's so much faster. Like here,
It's
you
so
see
much
I'm not
faster if
using.
you use client if you go on server side.
Yeah, so much fast. That's one of the biggest things about Next.js. You know, if you
Okay,
can render stuff on the server side, it's just better.
I see.
It's very fast. You know.
Nice. Oh, your bar
Yeah.
is looking really nice too.
Yeah, I've been working on this for like 2 days. I don't know.
What are you doing? Are you building out your portfolio too? Like for
Yeah, that's the goal, right?
nice.
Yeah.
Yo, it's looking nice.
Thanks.
What are you gonna add to yours? Is it gonna look like like what are you gonna add
Oh,
there
I
about?
don't know yet. I was thinking about creating like how can I say this? Like a profile, like my picture, my a photo of me here, and then my links, and then some stuff right here. I don't know yet. I'm figuring it out. I'm not a designer, but I do know some stuff about front end development. So
Yeah,
I
because
try
you've been
to,
doing that a lot, right?
yeah, for like 4 or 5 years maybe. So yeah, my advice is learn everything you can
I
about
just need to read this thing top to
server
bottom.
side.
This doc, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The documentation is very good. If you read the documentation like end to end, you're gonna be fine. Like everything else is just developing. You know,
Yeah.
there's nothing much. But my advice: try to use server side every time you can. Like let's say you're handling a use state here, right?
Yep.
Once you import this, it
Mhm.
has to become a client side component. So what you can do is just pass this state to one component you're using in this page, you know? So everything will become faster. Like this is a trick that people don't. I'd say like beginners don't know about this, but yeah.
What would you do? You'd move it up. You'd move that state up and then pass it down. Like,
Oh, actually, this on the contrary, I would move this inside here, you know?
oh,
Or if
because
I
everything under it has to use becomes client side, right? If you
yeah.
use
So if you have a page, like a page on Next, try not to use state here. If you can pass in like stuff from your context. I don't know what you're using for state management, but try not to use like client side stuff on your pages, so they become faster.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to do a lot of learning over this weekend.
You're
I've
gonna
done
be
a lot
fine,
of
man.
React. I've done a lot of React, but it's more single page application.
Yeah.
So this is
But if you know React, I think you're going to be fine. You know, like, yeah.
yeah. I just need to understand a little bit of
So what I just told you about components. Uh, what I mean by organizing, you see that I'm not using. I don't have a um, mobile style for this yet, right?
yeah.
So what I would do is just handle it like this. Let's say I have a is mobile state, and then I would take this and create a component for my mobile menu, and then I would just render it like here.
Okay. How would you check his
So you
mobile
see,
though? Like web API?
uh,
Maybe like a web API.
you don't need to check if it's mobile. You can handle it all using Tailwind.
That's what I'm
So
doing.
what I would do is, yeah, what I would do is I would show on the medium breakpoint and then hide it for the lower,
Yeah.
like if this is under
Mm-hmm.
medium, then I would hide it. And then what I would have here inside the mobile menu is just this block or flex or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You don't actually need to write JavaScript to handle the
But what's the is mobile there?
mobile.
Like, why'd you add that?
This is just an example. You're using it. You're not. No, no, no. You're not using it. Never
Okay.
mind. But this is just an example. You can handle it using Tailwind. You don't need this.
Is menu? Oh, mine is like only checking if the is menu state.
Yeah. Oh, never mind this.
Okay.
Never mind this. Just handle it inside the component using
Okay.
Tailwind. You know.
Yeah, Tailwind
So
handles the dynamic nature of stuff too.
yeah. So instead of doing this, like you're duplicating code here.
Yeah.
Don't do this. You just create something for the mobile, and then
Yeah.
you render it conditionally.
That makes sense. Yeah. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be so much better to maintain stuff.
Because honestly, I just use component libraries before like Material UI and
You
some
can
other
do it
ones, and it
fine,
kind of
man.
just handles it for you. So
Yeah,
this is the
but
first
if you
time.
want to write like good React code, you have to like learn this. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, components is a big part of React, right?
Yeah.
If you don't write good code, it's going to become a mess.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on some like ugly projects with some like unmaintainable code.
This is
It's so
terrible
bad.
code. Can you get
Yeah,
an AI
it's
to
just
rewrite it or no? Or it's
no.
impossible.
This is all me.
It's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna read the docs and continue to learn. Where am I need to spend some time actually learning a bit about.
I, after stream, you can just read it, but I think you can still like build stuff on your own on the live stream. I think it's fine. You're doing fine, in my opinion.
Next.js. I think I'll
With
just read it on
this
the live
React
stream.
code.
Learn
Bro,
next year.
you do lead code. It's like so much harder. I
Do you
think
do
the
leak code
hardest
too or
part
no?
is just a little bit. I have started like doing much more watching your videos, so that's
Nice.
good.
Thanks for
Thank
tuning
you.
in.
Yeah.
Which
So
videos do you watch? Like me mock interviewing people or
yeah, exactly.
nice.
Mostly. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, I think you're going to be fine, man. It's going to look cool,
Nice.
honestly.
All right. Thank you.
Just keep doing
Appreciate
what you're
it.
doing. I don't think you need like some crazy stuff because I don't think that's your goal, right? You just want something functional and like
Yeah.
something you can present to people. So you're doing just fine. Yeah.
I feel like we should do a interview where I do a front end focus one on you. I think you'd do good.
Yeah.
That'd be
We can
fun.
do it.
I'll
Let's
message you about
do it.
that.
Okay.
I just need to figure out good interview questions.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe
Sure.
we'll figure out like a good. Oh, okay, I got a good interview question. I'll message you. Maybe later when I'm
Okay.
streaming, I'll message you and we could do a mock interview. Um,
Okay, sure.
what
If
what?
I'm here, we can do
Oh
it.
yeah, you're. It's late for you, right? Like, what's the time?
No, it's like 4 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
like
what
late
do you do
afternoon.
for work right now?
I've been working with some gov stuff, like governmental stuff. So it's like kind of, how can I say this? So what I do, I work with trees like actual trees, you know. So let me show you something.
Oh, you don't work
Thi-
in code?
yeah,
Like
I
you're not
do.
soft. Okay.
So so this is a project that I've been working. So
Wow, that's beautiful.
what it does is just like you taking like a software that make, how can I say, it mapped trees. You create a map of trees on your city,
Wow.
and we have to show this to the public, and it also helps the government like take care of the public forest. You know, like
Wow.
you have trees on your cities, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So
Not
yeah,
as
we
much as
handle
you,
this.
but
Yeah, and I work with React Native, with the application side, like doing how can I say, the applications, like they create evaluations of a tree. You know, like you taking the height, the depth. I don't know
damn.
if you know
How'd they
what
get
this
so
is,
much
but
of this? Like, how'd they get all this data? Oh, everyone
yeah,
pictures it?
no, it's mostly government stuff. You know,
So the
but the
government
public
walks
also,
around and takes a picture of every tree?
yeah,
Wow.
exactly. It's cool, right?
Yeah, this
So we
is
have filters,
nice.
and this is something I've been working lately.
What's like
Yeah.
the tech stack?
Oh, this is Next with Nest.js for the backend and Postgres mostly.
So you have Next.js, and you also use Next.js for the backend, or no?
No, Nest.js.
What's
Like
Nest.js?
this. It's a backend framework that uses Node.
Where do you host it?
This is all of this is on AWS.
Okay. Do you use
Like
Vercel to
this.
host your Next.js app, or no?
Yeah, yeah. This is going to go into Vercel.
So why do you have to use Nest.js though?
Oh, I'm talking about this that I've showed you.
Or like, why does it use
This
Nest.js? Why
is
can't
this
it just use
all the
Next.js for
data.
everything?
All the data is coming from the backend that my company has, you know. I don't have to use like Nest for this Next. We use the backend service that we've built. The data is coming all of. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm using Next to get the data, but the data is coming from our database that uses Nest.js.
Okay,
Does that
okay,
make sense?
I see. So you,
Yeah.
so you're when you hit like this website, it's making a backend call to a Next API, and in the Next JS API, it's hitting the Nest JS
Yeah, that's
API
right.
to get up the data,
Right. Yes, sir.
and
That's
then the
what it's
Nest
happening.
JS is pulling from Postgres data, and basically all these pictures and stuff, or basically all this data is stored in Postgres.
Yep, that's right.
Dude, that's cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, what I
That's why
think.
it's kind of fast. Like everything that's rendering down here is client side because you cannot render maps on the server side. So you can see like everything else. This is on our database.
Mhm,
So yeah. So everything else is just client side.
I see.
Yeah, maps cannot be rendered on the server side. At least I don't know how to render it on the server side.
Yeah. All right, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Like just read this.
Yeah,
You're going to be
I'm
like,
gonna read this thing right after this call. I'm gonna read more into. I love
and you're
just
using
reading
like
doc. Do you read documentation a lot or no?
A lot, yes.
Yeah.
A lot. Because when I started learning, we didn't have like ChatGPT and stuff. Like,
Do you use ChatGPT at all or no?
yeah, use. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. I don't think I don't see a point that you should not use it, unless you like starting. If you're starting, I think you have to read like documentations more than use like actual AI to help you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you should use it definitely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yo, I can't believe that authentication issue. That was so
What?
annoying.
Sorry?
Remember that authentication issue that we were working on this morning?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that what confused me. I thought you had a like a whole backend service for the stuff that you're showing on your website, like
No, it's just yeah.
I thought this was all under a backend or a CMS. Have you heard of a CMS too?
Yeah, I heard of a CMS. What do you use for your CMS?
Oh, there's some cool stuff. You can use Sanity. Oh, is this the one? Yeah, it's the one. You can use this for CMS. It's very good, and the documentation is also very good.
Basically, Sanity
Um,
CMS is like you can just write stuff on there and it automatically starts appearing on your website, right?
Yeah, it works like a backend for you also. It like stores your data, and you have um, a token that you use for authentication that you can get the data from there. It's like a whole backend, but it's so much simpler to use. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can use it here, but I don't think you need it, right?
Hmm. This is just
Yeah,
making direct calls to the Google API.
I see. Well, it's working fine and it's
Actually,
fast,
it's
so
making calls
whatever.
to my Next.js APIs, and then like I have those APIs in my code. Like remember the API endpoints. I have
Yeah.
those endpoints in my code because I don't want to expose my Google auth keys directly from
Hmm.
the front end here. So that's
So
why
you're
it's like,
basically using like a CMS, right? Like this is all stored somewhere, right?
yeah, yeah. This is
Yeah.
all
So
just
yeah,
Google API.
yeah, it works. That's nice.
Nice, cool. I'm gonna set up some. Let's keep like I'll message you. Let's set up a front end interview. I just need to figure out what I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna build out this analytics page a bit better. What
Oh, so this is not working
it
for now.
works, but it keeps fetching all the data. Pretty much when you hit this endpoint, it's just fetching a ton of data. So
Mm-hmm.
it just uses up too much. It uses up too much. Like it just uses up too much. What did I say? API calls. I only have like a limit for each day. So what I want to do is I want to kind of hit the API and then store the data in my own backend, so I can have my own
Mm-hmm.
analytics instead of like storing it here, kind of thing. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but are you going to create a backend for this to store this
I
data?
think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use Next.js, and then they might have like plugins for different databases, right? Or no?
Yeah. Take a look at this later. This is cool. This is good, and it has support for Next.js, as you can see here.
But does it support actual data, like
Yeah,
um, like databases,
yeah, you can store some stuff
like
there.
SQL or
Yeah, right.
NoSQL?
Yep. So you have schemas. Like, take a look at this. This is a schema.
I see.
So take a look at the structure. You have like this is like a table, and you have the fields. Are you
Hmm.
familiar with
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Like
It just
just
looks like
looking?
a regular table. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a schema.
Yeah,
You
and
can
you
define
can
fields.
store stuff inside the Sanity. You have like a quota that you can use for free. I think it's fine for
Hmm.
like personal projects like yours.
Oh, Contentful is what I used before. Yeah, the guy in the chat said.
I'm not familiar with it. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can store data inside of CMSs. That's what they're for, you know? Like you don't want a if you don't want to build a backend service for your website, you can use CMSs.
Makes sense. Okay. Even when
Yeah.
it comes to data, like, because I thought CMS was more for rich content, like guides and like tutorials, not like
Hmm.
data, as in like a SQL database.
Your Sanity Studio can
Yeah.
create
I think it works for both, honestly. Like,
I see.
what is this? Like, this is the amount of videos you uploaded on
Yeah.
a.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you can like figure
Per
this
month.
out using the CMS like easily, in my opinion. There's been a long time that I've worked with this, but I think you can do it.
And it'll render
And
that whole
people
page for me
usually
too.
what?
It'll render that page for me too.
Oh, this is your client side. Like,
Yeah, this client side logic. So what it's doing is
w-
making API calls to grab data and then it generates the
yeah,
graphs.
exactly. That's right. Yeah, that's what it's doing. And you also have like a, hmm, how can I say, like a interface where you can like input the data that you want and how you want to use it and stuff. If I'm not wrong, the last time I used it, at least
I
I
see.
could do it. And then in here, you would make a call to the like, let's say the schema that you're accessing, and then you're just going to render everything down here. I think it's fine to use it for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say you have to store this like before, and then you, oh, actually, yeah, I think it works. I think it would work, honestly.
Okay. Cool. All right,
Yeah,
I'll
dude.
test it out.
Sure.
All right, thanks for hopping on.
Yeah,
Let me
man.
know how it goes with your website and just show me the code when you get it more working and show me the tricks and stuff. I'm gonna learn the
Yeah.
documentation then message you. Cause yeah, you're really good at that front end stuff,
Yeah, I'm trying to.
dude. Yeah, it's so
I'm trying
cool.
to
All right,
become better. Yeah. I'm going to be on the stream, so if you need any help, we can
awesome.
just
All
talk
right, are
there.
you gonna keep working on your app too on the side that you were doing?
Oh, not today, probably. I just want to rest because this week has been like very,
Nice.
very
All right,
tired.
cool. Thanks
I'm
for hopping
tired.
on.
Yeah.
All right, talk to you
Sure,
later.
sure. See ya.
See ya. Bye. Nice. Now I know someone good at front end. He knows like some React Native too. No, your English is good. Boy the man, where are you based? Or are you in the Discord? What's your what's it called? Username. I'm gonna send you a message. You wanna do a lead code? I can run a lead code for the boy. Gurmo, are you at Gen? Is it loud? Yo, Roy, I don't see. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Gurmo. What's your Roy the boy? I don't see Roy the boy at all inside of the chat. Grimo, what's your Discord name? I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Are you sure? Okay, message something in the general in community. Okay, I sent you a message. Wait, let me just grab something. I'll be right back. Shoot, loud. Yo, what's up?
Yo, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Let's see. Say it again.
Yeah, let me just increase the volume here.
Yeah.
It should be working, man.
Okay, wait. Say it. Be like testing, testing, testing.
Testing, testing,
Say it again. It's lower. It's low a bit. Your volume.
testing, testing.
Chat. How does he sound? Let me. I recorded it quickly. Let me check.
Testing, testing, testing.
Wait. Don't say anything for a
Do it
second.
slower. Oh, here an
Say it. Be
echo.
like testing, testing, testing.
Testing, testing, testing,
Say it again. It's lower. It's low a bit. Your volume.
testing, testing. I'll go in a corner, maybe
Chat.
to
How's
see if it's
okay?
quiet in
Okay. I
there.
think it's good. It's fine. Yo, what's up? How you been?
Not much, man. It's been a while. How are things?
Dude, I haven't seen you in a while. Like you pivoted
Yeah,
hard
bro.
into
How's
like all that.
data stuff?
Yeah, like I haven't seen you since uni.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute. Yo, good,
But
good, man. Doing the data stuff, as you can see.
yeah, for anyone for context, me and Gurmal, basically he was my one of my first friends. Like literally probably my first friend in university. Him and Abdul, we were in the same biology class, and they wanted to go to med school. They wanted to be a doctor, and I pivoted out real quick. I pivoted out. I don't know. Do you remember that when I was like, nah, I'm gonna switch or no?
I do, man. Like it was you told me in 2016, you're like, yo, let's switch to comp side. I'm like, no, we gotta try this whole med stuff out, man. And I was like, now I'm like, Loki should have just switched out back then, you know? And
What
like
was I
I remember you
saying? Like
told
what was my pitch?
you were like, bro, like so back in 2016, like I'm pretty sure the comp sci average was like 60%, right?
Yeah.
So it was like really easy to get into. Now it's like 90%. So you were like, yo, like leave the med stuff. Let's go to comp sci. We'll make some cool stuff, you know? And we're gonna do an honors degree. So you're like, bro, like we'll make I'll have a thesis, you know, like we'll make something cool. At that time, I was just like, bro, I gotta do these MCAT courses. Like I wanna try, you know, I don't wanna just like already. Honestly, it would have been a good time to leave right after first year. But your pitch was good, but you were so chill about it, and I'm like, bro, I don't know, like we're too early to to decide what to do in her career. Then COVID happened. Everything kind of just picked up
Yeah.
like crazy in tech, right? So like low key, like you were a visionary, man. You saw like 10 years earlier. You're like, yo, all this stuff's gonna change. Like this is the move, and like you were on the right track, man. You just knew. And I'm like James is a smart guy. He's probably on to something. But for me back then, I was just like, I feel like I gotta finish all this bio stuff first, right?
Yeah.
Let's say like, with you and Nathaniel, with like everything you guys did, like it was pretty inspiring, man. It was wild. It was good. Like these guys, they know what they're doing, and you picked up like crazy, right? Like I think my brother saw your channel, bro. He used to tell me, he's like, bro, I go play basketball with James and YMCA, and like James got a YouTube channel now, and it's
Oh,
picking up. And
I
I'm
used
like,
to
I
hoop with
bet
your brother.
you did. You used to hoop with them, bro. Like
Oh,
way back
if I
when, like
remember, if I seen
10
him.
at Genesis, bro. And he
Yeah,
was
hundred
like,
percent.
yo, like I remember James used to just be like just chill guy doing his thing and like switching to tech. And I think I saw your channel at 40K, bro. You have
That's
double that now.
crazy.
Right? So I saw your channel grow in the past, I don't know, month or so. Like James
Bro,
doing all the right
thanks for
stuff, man.
hopping
It's
in.
good.
When did
Oh,
you
of
decide to
course.
switch? Because I remember you're going crazy, bro. Like you're going to all these events. You're taking
Yeah.
a master's. Oh yeah, just give a background on yourself real quick.
Yeah, sure. For everyone that doesn't know me, like me and James, we took bio in 2015, and everyone wanted to go to med at that time, at least in our year. And people started switching out a year later. So I was like, he told me to switch, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna finish it. So I finished bio in 2020, and
Uh,
then after that, what happened was I was like, okay, it's pandemic, and what do I do now, right? So I started doing more Python programming. I did R in 2018. And I did like boot camp after boot camp in like Alberta here. All local boot camps. I did like Power, Lighthouse Labs, I did SAIT, Alberta Machine Intelligence Institute. And like it wasn't really leading into like a big company. And then I started the masters and I worked at Nutrient a little bit, which is an agriculture company here. And yeah, man, like I was networking like crazy. Like as you mentioned, like all the conferences and events. Like we just had Adventures here and Gary Vaynerchuk came, so I got to see him.
mm,
And it was pretty cool, man. He's basically telling people to like move to like New York or San Fran and like do business there and then come back type of thing.
yeah,
But it was like it was a journey, man. Like I think we both were building things. Like I was building up my network, building up YouTube, and you're getting experience. And I'm just like, I think we both had different approaches, but it was kind of nice to see, you know. And I'm kind of like, I think your approach is good. Like I have the network now, man, but it's like the skill is really important, right? Like the lead code, the interviewing,
yeah,
projects, building. At the end of the day, it's like you can have the network, but if you don't have the skill, then it doesn't really mean as much, right? Because they like subject matter experts. Like you work in non-technical environment, like your manager might be non-technical, might be the only one or two technical people on your team, like in their department, and they're expecting you to build and lead all these things, right? So that's why I'm doing these 30-day challenges on top of my boot camps. I'm like, maybe I'll make a course for like data scientists on what I wish I knew when I started like 5 years ago. And it's pretty much it for my journey, man. Like you were there for like
yeah,
5 years of it, man, before you left when we graduated, right? So after that, I'm like, I hadn't heard from you. I'm like, saw your snaps and stuff, all the cool events you were going to,
yeah,
right? But it was a vibe. So I was just like, it's nice to catch up with you and connect again, you know? So
yeah. Where were you? Like where do you want to take it? With your career,
yeah,
where are you thinking of?
yeah,
What are you thinking of accomplishing?
yeah, that's valid, man. Initially, I wanted to be like the senior data science person on the team, and like I'm in a more of a management role, right? Like you need to know the technical side, you need to know the business side. I've noticed like I'm really good with like building things and building people up, right? So I'm
Well, your
like,
voice is a
I
little
want to
low.
get good.
Your voice is a little low.
That's low.
Okay.
Let me increase the volume, man.
You might have to, yeah, just move your mouth closer. What kind of headphones set are you using?
It's just like Air Canada headphones, bro.
Okay,
You
sure.
got the one up like I went to
Okay,
the library. It's not even a headset because I'm at Genesis, right? But
nice. Okay, it's better
it's
now.
like
100% better now.
okay. I moved it a bit closer, so like maybe that helps. Yeah. So where I want to take it is, dude, I'm right now like you know what the market's like. There's like layoffs everywhere, man. Like
Yeah, it's cooked.
TikTok, Microsoft, all that. So I'm just like entrepreneurship is good, man. Like I'll build out content, I'll build out courses. I've been teaching for like years, man. Like math sciences, coding. So all the bio stuff we learned, I taught people that chemistry, physics, started teaching coding, and I'm like, I want to build courses, I want to build content, and then maybe a company will take me to do that and just kind of design and build things. Or like I'm leading a data science team and I'm assigning people tasks and roles and going through the life cycles and doing Scrum and Agile. So think that's the direction that I'm leaning towards for the channel right now. I'm just trying to make as many videos as possible to kind of have everything recorded and build content out so I can use it in a company. Because
Yeah.
I was working at Nutrient and it was ironic. Like they got me to work on stuff I've never worked on, which is good. So like I did time series modeling and predictive analytics and Power Query templates and development. I had done like NLP and computer vision and all these other things before, right? But they didn't get me to do any of that. So I'm like, I want like a repo or like a product inventory of all like the different techniques and the skills, and have it organized because you don't know what they're gonna get you to do. And right now, like the focus is like LLMs and AI agents and not even like chatbots anymore. It's just like how do you use AI to make decisions for you and how do you build things quickly, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm figuring out right now. And the long term goal, man, is just to be either be self-employed or to be in like a senior role in a company and just lead people because there's a lot of people coming into data and it's really easy, and same with software, it's really easy to get lost in the rabbit hole of all this information. The goal is like how do you organize and structure yourself, and like it's a lifelong learning field, man. Like you're still doing this front end stuff and you're learning from the guy who's on before, and so
Yeah.
you got to be open-minded and keep learning. And I'm just like, what's the best way to do that? And for me it was just like, yo, make videos, record
Yeah.
things, make projects, and that's the way you stay up to date. Because like companies always ask, like, how are you staying updated on all the content, what's new? Because they keep falling behind, right? And we're
Yeah.
just people. It's like, how do we do that? So I'm just like, I think it's good for everyone to have some sort of channel. And like I even started doing like podcasting and medium blogs and writing. Like I tried all the different forms of kind of media and content creation because I'm just like, I need to figure out what works for me. And I came up on the conclusion that like challenges are really good. 30-day data science challenges. You can do them every month. You can do it for 4 months. You can do it 8 months. And if you're doing it every day and you're recording a video, dude, that's content right there.
Yeah.
I'll give you 30 videos like per month, and then 120 you can go up to 360. It's just building out your own channel. And once all the content's there, then you can kind of edit it and make it better. And it's like I took a lot of inspiration from you. I'm like, dude, I know James. I know this dude. And he's made it this far. So it's like it's possible. Like you proved it, man. Like, like you studied at the same place or at the same time. You were also one of my very first friends too. I think Abdul was the other one. You two were like my
Yeah.
first friends in bio in our lab, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, these guys are cool. And it's like we were in that group and I'm like, you took it this far. I always give your example to people. I'm like, yo, I have a buddy that does YouTube.
Yeah.
Got his channel. Like, I know this guy. Like, I know his brother. I met his family. I saw his dad. I think I dropped by your
Yeah.
house one time too. And I'm just like, it's very personal. Because like one of your buddies like make it there, and you're like, yo, like we grew up together. Like before
Yeah.
anything happened. It's just it feels good. Like
Yeah.
I genuinely want to see my friends succeed and get to where they want to go and kind of tell their story, right? So I'm always giving your examples to people. I'm like, yo, James did it.
Mhm.
So you just gotta grind and be consistent. So it's like my 2 cents, and I took inspiration from that, and I'm like, yo, I'll build up my journey and keep making videos and develop, and it may or may not lead to anything, but I think going through that journey is important. Whether you're doing like lead code interviews or practice, and whether you're building up projects, it's just being an innovator and a creator is it gets you to think differently and really grows you as a person.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I walk that journey, man. You know, and it's nice to meet other people on that journey too. Like you learn from each other, you grow together, and challenge each other, and you try to be the best you can be. I think that's kind of part of tech. It's like you need to want to innovate and create. You need to want to build something that other people haven't built. That kind of you're a bit of a pioneer, in a sense, if you will, right? So that kind of sums up my story,
Yeah.
man.
No, dude, thanks for sharing all that. Yeah, definitely. I think what you're talking about makes a lot of sense too. It's like even for me,
Mm.
like the main reason why I started YouTube too was like I'm already working on all I was already doing lead code for fun. I already done a ton of lead code. Was working on a
Mm.
lot of different projects. So for me, I was like, why not just record myself doing that and then just post it, or I always was enjoyed doing some tutorials and stuff because I noticed
Mm.
those tutorials do well, and
Mm.
it's like evergreen content, as in you drop that content, and then like
Mm.
everyone, like even 5 years from now, people might still be looking up how to reverse a linked list or something like that. Like it just,
Mm. Mm.
but I try to do
100%.
content on a ton of different stuff. But I think the main thing
Mm.
is when you build an audience, you can also like market some of the things you're working on. Like if I have side projects that I'm working on, I can post it to the audience now, and I get so much feedback. Like you saw
Mm,
Samuel there giving me so much advice
mm,
that I wouldn't just
mm,
get on a regular Saturday like this, but now he's teaching me all this stuff. So I feel like
mm,
I'm getting so much feedback from the community that it's helping me
mm,
get better, and also just working on stuff and posting it is just like
mm.
a different level of effort than just doing it on your own.
100%, man. You got it. And I'm like, I learned that from you. Like, to be honest with you, man, like, I've learned so much from you in the past, I don't know, like 3, 4 months just following your channel and seeing you post it. I'm like, yo, James's content's authentic. He's putting out like front end, cutting edge content, like it's new, like it's never seen before. It's storytelling. It's like you're engaging with your audience. Like, you're doing all the right things, man. Like, it's not surprising you have the following that you do, and it's just gonna keep going up. Especially now that like at Meta, you've shown your whole journey. You're like, yo, this is where I started. This is the work I did. This is where it got me, right? So it's like you almost proved that, like, yo, it's possible. Like, I don't know if you heard, like, there was like Calgary runs here. There's like a marathon, right?
Yeah.
There's that Chester Bennington Bannister story of that guy breaking the 4 minute mile.
Hmm.
When this guy did it, everyone was able to do it, right? But initially, no one was like, they couldn't break that milestone. I feel like you're one of those guys, man. Like, you broke that milestone, you showed it can be done. And now there's
Appreciate
so
it.
many people kind of follow in your footsteps and try to do something similar, right? In their own way. And I think the biggest thing is you want to innovate and create in whatever way you think is best. Like, there's no right or wrong answer, but it needs to be genuine and authentic, which you're really good at, man. Like, I respect you for that. Like, ever since I met you the first time, I'm like, yo, this guy's different. Like, this guy has some sort of like potential values. There was some I felt something the first time, like, yo, there's something special about this guy. I don't know if I ever told you,
Appreciate it.
but yeah, no, you were like chilled out, you were doing your thing, bro. It's like you had a plan, you had a mission, and you just kept at it, right? And I'm like, I respect that. Like, you should want to have friends like that, right? Like, if you have friends like that, like, it makes you better too. I'm
Oh
like, I
yeah,
was
for
happy to
sure.
see your channel.
100%.
Yeah, I
We
was
need
like,
to do more collabs too. I want to understand even some of the stuff you're working on your channel. Like, what are these 30-day data science challenges and stuff?
oh yeah, yeah, I can tell you about it. So, dude, like, I did a boot camp every year, right?
Every
And
year
all
you
these
do
boot
one boot
camps,
camp?
yeah. So from like 2021 to like or 2020 to 2024, I did 4 boot camps, like 4 months, right, every
Yeah.
year. And they all taught me something like how to work with SQL or how to do like a deep learning project or a machine learning project or data visualization or data
Yeah.
modeling and how to work with stats. So I learned something from everything, and they were practical. They were good. They gave you like a good project. What they didn't teach you is how do you develop your projects and turn it from like a basic, intermediate to advanced project? How do
Hmm.
you add it onto the cloud? How do you retrain your models and hyper tune them and fine tune them and make it more accurate? Like, they gave you like the initial framework and the grounding, but they don't teach you like the other skills and content that you need to take it to the next step, which
Hmm.
is what companies are looking for. They're looking for a candidate that's like goes above and beyond in the sense that they're able to self-direct, they're able to build, they know what the steps are, and they're able to learn. Like, a lot of like what you've probably noticed in your career too is you're doing a lot of self-learning,
Hmm.
like we have our education, we have our training, yeah, whatever. It gives us the base, right? But like when you're in industry and there's a deadline, you're doing whatever you can to meet that deadline and finish your task at hand, right? And it's a lot of like going into the unknown. So I'm just like, yo, like I had these like 4 boot camps. I did my
Yeah.
master's. And whether it was a boot camp, whether it was a master's, they weren't really teaching me what I needed to know until I found these like 30-day challenges. I'm like, yo, this is the stuff I needed, right? Like, they're showing me 30 days of machine learning, 30 days of Python, 30 days of SQL, 30 days of like modeling, and that's 30 days of cloud. And I'm just like, if I go through these now, I actually know what the subject matter is. But if I
Yeah.
have to do a project or meet a deadline, I can draw on that subject matter and use what I learned, and I'll make an inventory of that, right? So that
Yeah.
was kind of my thought process. So I'm like, I'm not only just making videos for like everyone else in the community, I'm also making them for myself. So I'm like, if
Yeah.
I'm doing work, I can cross-reference the video, cross-reference where the GitHub repo was, and
Yeah.
just draw insights from it. And it'll make my job more efficient and easier. Then I guess the next step is using AI to, do things like I'm not really good at. For example, like I'm a data person. I don't know how to
Hmm.
do a full stack app. Like, I know
Hmm.
front end, I know back end, I know like React and Node and CSS, HTML, JavaScript. I know how it works. I've made some projects on it. I know the back end stuff. I know how to work with databases and
Yeah.
Python and how to connect things with Firebase. So I'm like, I understand conceptually how those things work, but I've never built it out. So if AI helps me to do that, I will, right? So my
Yeah.
next steps are like, how do I get all the content out there that I need for data science, like the initial tools, and how do I use AI to build things that are not taught in data science, and how do I leverage software engineering with data science to make an effective product? And then if I make a product for a company, can I sell it? As there's another channel, this guy's name is Augmented Startups. He does computer vision and NLP stuff, and he just makes a bunch of products and people buy it from him, you know? So, and it's kind of cool. It's like a e-commerce marketplace for like data science. And like when I was working at Cyber and computer vision, I was looking at his like machine learning computer vision projects, with like cars and detection and like self autonomous vehicles, and I'm just like, this is kind of cool. Like for anyone who wants to build stuff, like for example, me and you, I'm just like, that's the kind of direction I want to take. Well, the challenges are just a way to like stay consistent and motivated and learn all the subject matter. Then it also helps prepare for interviews. It also gives insights into like what's useful, what's not useful. Like dude, these challenges, they taught me things I didn't learn in my boot camps or
Yeah.
my masters. And I've done like a lot of learning. I'm like, I've never seen this before until I saw this challenge.
Well, you're
I'm
just
like,
like
these guys are,
constantly learning when I'm watching you. Like
yeah,
on your stuff, you're
yeah, I'm
always trying to
trying,
learn every single day. It's crazy.
trying,
And you
man.
work
Like
too,
you know
full
how it
time
was.
job?
Yeah, like well, right now I'm just like tutoring and I'm making my content. I'm in between. I'm in a transition period.
Mm.
But like the past 4 months was like working full-time job, doing my master's courses in the evenings, and then trying to figure out a way to put the content out there and build products. And then I came across the answer like last month. I'm like, I see James doing it. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I had some videos before from hackathons,
Yeah.
very like initial startup. Like I was just showing like my very beginning of the journey where like I just tried to switch it and I'm like, let's do hackathons, let's get some technical knowledge, build some product.
Yeah.
Those are up there. And then I'm like, yeah, these are good, but like who can actually teach a lot of subject matter, right? That's where the challenges come in. And I'm like, I just quantified it. I'm like, numerically speaking, 30 videos a month, 4 months, that's 120 videos. If I can at least do that, it's a big thing. So first I was like, let me hit the 1 month goal. It's kind of like hitting the gym, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't know whether you're gonna be consistent or have discipline. You want those muscles, you want that body, right? Same thing with like tech, right? It's like you want to build that technical muscle and skill. So I'm like, let me do 30 days. And I'm like, okay, 30 days went by pretty well.
Mm.
I'm on like day 19, I think. So I'll be done in the next 10 days.
Yeah.
And there's days like I've missed a day and I've recorded 2 videos in a day and I'm like, it's still feasible.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me do 30 days. And then I'm like, okay, after that, let's do another, like, let's do it 60 days and then 90 and then 120. That way I'm past the whole summer and I have 120 videos recorded by
Yeah.
the time I need like another internship or a job that I do in fall, right? As you know, like the job market right now is very tricky, man, with all the layoffs, but the
Yeah.
internship market's like a little bit better.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me see, I'll take what I can get.
Hmm.
And where I'm going with this is like, you need discipline and commitment. I'm like, this is just keeping me committed. I'm learning something new every day.
Yeah.
I don't feel guilty that I'm not learning on the job and I'm missing something everyone else is learning. Like all my kind of classmates, they're all on internship right now. People are with the city, they're with the government, they're at banks,
Hmm.
they're at like various companies, right? Like e-commerce. I'm just like, dude, I feel like I'm not learning anything and these guys are, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, why don't I just take my learning into my own hands? So I'm like, let's start with these challenges, the posts, let's see what people are talking about conferences. Like I also wanted to go up to people at conferences and interview them. A lot of people approach me at conferences, man. Like
Yeah.
everyone here in Alberta, they kind of know me now because of all this networking over the past 4 or 5 years. So it's
Yeah.
like people are saying like I'm a networking ninja or a super networker.
Bro,
I'm
that's I
like,
messaged you that one
okay,
time. I was like, I gotta go to an event with you
yeah,
because you're always at events. So when I go to Calgary, we need to
totally.
meet up and just go to events.
No, 100%. You hit me up, man. When you're in
Yeah.
Calgary, like I'm happy to catch up with you. I've known you for like, bro, over 10 years now. You know, like
Word.
it's been a decade, right, since we first met. So I'm happy to go out with you and catch up and go networking. I honestly thought you were really good at that because I'm like, yo, dude, you have your community and audience, right? And like that's a huge community and audience that's global. It's like you definitely have the skills. It's just a matter of like localizing it to 1 or 2 areas. Like I feel like if you just show people your channel, they're gonna just flock to you, dude. You'll be a celebrity here if you come back. If you tell people that I'm from here, I grew up here, and this is my channel, they're gonna come
Yeah.
to you. I don't know if you want to do it that way, but like I was showing people my channel and people were just subscribing. They're like, "Yo, like we want to support." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Like I appreciate." I didn't even tell them to subscribe. They just did.
Yeah.
What I'm getting at is like once you're trying to build something, people want to be part of your journey. And whoever is an early, like initial adopter, like they see your journey from the start, you build that close connection with them, right? Like
Hmm.
obviously when you're doing well, everyone wants to be part of it. But when you're initially starting off, you have supporters, and you have people who are kind of they're a little bit doubtful. They're skeptical. They're like, hey, like I don't know where this is gonna go. And then there's other people that are like, yo, I don't really care. Like I want to support this guy. I
Yeah.
believe in his vision, right? So, but yeah, for networking, man, I feel like you'd be really good at it, right?
Hmm.
Like with where you're at and how you think. Like I think it's your mindset that matters the most. And I think for me, it's just I'm just genuine and I try to be authentic, man. Like if you meet me, I try to stay the same. Like
Yeah.
you've known me for a while. It's I'm just like that genuineness and that authenticity is the most important thing. And if you can kind of be that way, people will kind of like get to know you and like they'll want to talk to you. Because like at this point, people are just approaching me, man,
Yeah.
and I'm introducing people to each other. Like I had a guy from U of A. He's like, dude, it's my first networking event. Like, can I come with you? And I'm like, sure. This guy spent 3 days at the Adventures conference with me and like introduced him to so many people and he met so many new people and we met people together. And he's like, dude, like I was really thankful for this, right? Like you
Hmm.
took me out, you showed me the kind of the ropes and how to get started. And he's like, yeah, like it's very helpful. And he's having a hard time finding internship, but like from the networking, like he's met a lot of good people, right? And it's like
Yeah.
I've really increased his chances because it is a bit of a numbers game, right? Like whether you're doing dating or career stuff, it's a numbers game. You gotta go out there,
100%.
you gotta trial and error, you gotta get to know the right people, and then eventually when you're least expecting it, the thing comes through. Like when I got my offer at Nutrien, I wasn't expecting to get the offer. I was just doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And I was going through all my previous internships and I was trying to figure out what videos can I record, what can I showcase, because after a while you forget what you did, man. Like your repo's kind of just like it's like a book that's collecting dust. It's just like it's there and you forget like what I worked on and how is everything connected and sometimes the libraries get outdated and gives you glitches with the bugs. Like I built a website on React and I tried to run it from local and it was crashing. Like
Yeah.
there's so many bugs, man. And like I had to update all the libraries and then I'm like, damn, okay. Either I just do all the troubleshooting and problem solving and just fix all the library issues or I just rebuild it, right? Sometimes it's easier to rebuild it. But
Yeah.
what I'm getting at is like you want a way to keep your content alive. And like you said, like your videos are timeless. Anyone can watch them at any time. And I made a video on Power BI and Streamlit for a project for
Yeah.
work.
Where is
And
that?
this
Yeah.
video
That
got
one's
2K
going
views.
crazy.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it got 2K views. And I was like, dude, I didn't expect that video to get like any view, you know? I just put it up like as a way for me to remember what I was
Yeah.
doing. And I'm like, okay, this is the most popular video. And like you said, people like tutorials, like to be walked through something step by step. And that seems like a good thing to do. And I'm like, I've been teaching for like 5 years, man. Like I've been teaching kids and adults. And I'm just like, part of my values. So I'm happy to make content and walk people through stuff. So it's kind of what led me to going back to YouTube. Like I tried podcasting, that was a lot of fun, but if you can't make it too consistent. Tried writing blogs, that was cool too, but it's also like that takes time. I'm just like, yo, I can just like open up a video, open my screen, walk through something like a GitHub repo or get someone to come on live. And that's much more like consistent and it produces more content, which
Yeah.
is live and it's like it's cutting edge. It's like it's the first time you're seeing it, like hearing someone's story, someone that's local. It's just like who else is gonna be posting that? You're not gonna see that. So it's kind of like very new and engaging content, right?
Yeah. Like one of
And
my first videos that popped off was 4 years ago. I was like showing how to label data. Like
oh yeah,
10K
of
views on that
course.
one. That was just like some random video.
Exactly, dude. It's the ones you don't expect, right? Like your intention when you're making it versus when it pops off, you're like, this is crazy. Like, kind of just made this to like for whatever reason, and it's picking up traction, and you're like, damn, it's kind of exciting, dude.
Yeah.
It's like you released a movie, and like your movie is like a blockbuster hit, you know?
But your
It's like you
channel's
don't know
already
which
starting
one
to
you can
grow
put.
too, and you're just dropping stuff.
Yeah.
I think you just keep dropping. Like when I first started, the main thing for me was I didn't care
Mhm.
how many views or anybody. I actually didn't even care. My main, and I still don't really care. My main thing was I'm gonna drop one video a day, every
Mhm.
single. My goal was to drop a video a day for the whole year. I mean, at some point I had to stop because I started the job at Meta and it's, but my
Mhm.
goal was to just drop a video every single day. So my goals were
Mhm.
around more of the number of stuff I'm dropping versus the
Yeah.
results of like you can't control how much people are gonna view it. That's based on the algorithm.
Mm, I agree, and I'm in the same mentality, man. I'm playing the numbers game. I'm like, I need one video a day as well. That's why I made it like 30-day challenge, so I can see if within the month I have those 30 videos up. I'm like, if they're not, then I gotta hustle and get it up. And it's not like videos are super long either, man. They're like 5-6 minute videos. So I'm like, it's very feasible. Anyone can do it. And I'm like, eventually I'll do the longer videos. I'm like, for an initial start, because it takes I think 21 days to build a habit, right? So I'm like, if I can just meet that minimum threshold of 21 days, that's a good start, you know? And I agree. I think you can't really think about like the results right away. You kind of have to put the content out there to see what has interest, readjust, try new things, and then just build, right? And then whatever works, works. And I think the goal is to really teach yourself kind of how to make content and edit and produce rather than let me just rack up views, right? Like eventually the views will come. It's more of a learning journey for yourself to see like how can I effectively tell my story and teach if that's the goal, right? Which is my goal at
Yeah.
least.
Well, everyone go follow
Yeah,
Germ. How do you what's your how do
thank
you
you.
what do you go what how like which name do you go
If they
by?
just they can just call me Gurm, like, but if you just search up Gurm Singh, Gurm, and then space Singh,
Yeah.
Singh, YouTube, I'll probably come up. I can send you a link to the channel too if you want to put it in the chat.
I just put it in the chat because
Yeah,
this
okay, I
content is
appreciate
sick. I
that
think it works well with what I'm trying to learn too. That's why when you sent it
for
to me, I
sure.
was like automatic because this is not stuff that
Yeah,
I even learn or focus about. Like I
right.
don't know anything about this stuff, so just watching it, I'm starting
Mhm.
to understand more. And you're in a you're
Awesome.
good to learn from because you just you're
Went
just
through it.
fresh on all that stuff too. So for me,
Yeah,
like the
totally.
reason I started dropping leak code content too was I was
Mm,
interviewing at Meta. I just finished
mm,
interviewing at so much companies, so I just did the process. I probably did like 10 different processes, from like
mm,
Meta, DoorDash,
mm,
Rippling, Scale
mm,
AI, like tons of these
mm,
startup companies in the U.S. I did like
mm,
7 or 8, even more
mm,
interviews, or not interviews,
mm,
like full processes, and I was getting to the end on a lot of them.
mm.
So I just had
Valid.
so much. I just was so fresh on the interviewing process. So I was like, might as
100%.
well just drop content on this right now because I mean, I just went through the
Totally.
process from small companies all the way down to the biggest companies, and I kind of know what they're gonna ask at this point. I've done so much research. I spent
Yeah,
like even asked my girlfriend like this the whole year. I was literally just grinding lead code. She didn't. She like we barely got to do anything. So I was fresh
mm,
on all this stuff.
mm. And respect to you, man. Like you made sacrifices, you were consistent, and you realize you're like, yo, like I just did it. I'm fresh on it. I remember it. Let me get it out there. That's so valid because like after a while you forget, and you gotta do it when you know it. And then when you put it out there, it's like timeless. It's you can come to it whenever,
Yeah.
right? So it's the best way to remember like what you didn't. Dude, I respect you for that. I'm like, yo, like I was trying to do this leak code at one point. I was like, I wasn't motivated, dude, as
Mm.
much. Like I would start and I would stop. And then I saw you and I'm like, yo, James is consistent. Like this is the way to go.
Yeah.
But it was kind of motivating me to do the same. And I'm like, and I also like in data science, the same thing. You have to do those assessments, man. Like you get DSA questions, you get like machine learning, deep learning questions. Like
Yeah.
did an assessment for Imperial Oil, and sometimes they're easy. Like it's just like two programming questions, just pass the test cases and the hidden test cases, and they're like not bad. And then
Mm.
it's like there's like 15 questions on like stats and NLP and computer vision and machine learning, deep learning, neural nets. And if you're interested in that stuff, like they're not hard. But sometimes, dude, the questions are so complicated that the test cases are not passing, your code's not working, you're getting all these errors, and it's like, where's the error even coming from? There's like a parsing error, there's a render error. You know, like it's sometimes it's trippy. Like I've noticed some companies are like really, really technical and some are not. Like, if
Yeah.
you're going for like the like tech companies, yeah, leak code is a must. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
Startups and some other companies, like they kind of you might be the initial pioneering person, so they want you to know your stuff, but they also want you to be adaptable.
Yeah.
Like I think regardless, at one point you have to hit the leak code and you got to put your head down and just grind, man. It's like studying for any professional exam, like you're writing the GMAT or the MCAT or the LSAT, like any professional exam, like you gotta sit down and just lock. And I'm sure your girlfriend was probably pissed at you. She's like, dude, like you need time, right?
Yeah.
But like you're also building your career and you're kind of building your skill set up, right? And it's a sacrifice, right? And like I think at the end of the day, like they understand, right? Like if you
Mm.
have a partner, they'll be like I get why you're
Yeah.
doing
Hundred
it, right?
percent.
And like once you're finished, like we can resume where we're at. Like
Yeah.
when I was watching your snaps and like everything, I'm like, oh, James is hustling and he's having fun while he's doing it.
Mm.
That's the way, man. And I'm like, respect to him. Like out of all my friends, I give your example, man. I'm like, dude, have this friend that I've known for like 10 years. Like,
Yeah.
he's done all these, like whenever someone talks about like entrepreneurship or they're like unsure whether to go in the field or like they're a bit lost, I'm like, yo, don't lose hope. Like I have a buddy that I know his
Spec.
10-year journey. I've met this guy in person. I've met his fam. I'm like my brother know. I'm like, I didn't even know my brother knew you, bro. This dude will be talking
Oh
about you.
really?
Like I didn't. But
He just saw me
yeah,
on the videos. He's like, oh, then he
oh,
sent
this
it to me.
guy
That's
was.
so funny.
Yeah, yeah. You know what happened? He's watching Y Combinator videos, right?
Is
He's
he in
trying to look at like
Is he
tech.
doing tech? Is he in tech now or no?
Yeah. So he's been in tech, man. He's
Nice.
been in tech since like 2018.
Yeah.
He did his software engineering degree, graduated
Nice.
2024, and then he started his master's in software. And he's working at some sort of mining company. As a software engineer, I think, in Alberta here. And yeah, dude, I was at Nutrient one day and I came home and he's like, yo, I'm like, yo, and he's like, you know, James has a YouTube channel. I'm like, what?
That's
Right?
crazy.
He's like, yeah, he's like, and he didn't even tell me the channel, bro. Right? I just searched up your name and you came up like, this is wild, bro. And like the way he found it, I think, is he was watching Y Combinator
Uh,
videos, and then I think on the side, you know how you get recommended videos. I think one of yours came up, like you were probably interviewing someone for Leak Code, or you talked about like Meta or Fang or something, right? And it got recommended this algorithm. Then he saw it from there, and then he's like,
yeah,
"Bro, like this is crazy." You know? And it's like James is like, he's like, "Dude, James like was I used to ball with James, and
yeah,
like he's told me so many times. He's like, yo, we played ball at Genesis, you know, and James is just chill dude. And I'm like, damn. And he's like, look at how far James come. I'm like, yo, just played ball with James. I studied with James, man. Like
yeah,
we were in school, you know. But no, it was a vibe, man. He was like shocked. I was like, damn, like I'm happy for you. And I'm just like, you know, when one of your buddies succeeds, it's like a sign of like pride for you. You're like, yo, like we know this guy.
yeah.
Like we grew up together, you know, like you
Appreciate
feel
it,
like you're
bro.
on the map. Yeah,
We
and
gotta, we
I was
gotta. You're
happy to
gonna pop your shit off too. Just keep dropping content.
hope so.
Like
I
you
hope
have
so.
high
I'm trying.
quality. I think what the
Yeah.
algorithm likes. I don't know anything about how the algorithm is, but they just like the high quality content. I think.
Mm,
And the thing is, you're doing stuff that's to help improve yourself, and then you just drop that
100%.
content. So even for me,
Yeah.
all the content that I'm dropping is stuff that I need to learn. Like I was gonna spend the
Yeah.
weekend learning this anyways, but now I'm literally
Totally.
recording myself learning Next.js, and this is gonna help me with my career, but it's also gonna help build the YouTube channel. Anybody who
Totally.
wants to watch the videos to learn some stuff. So I think it's just really good. Like
I agree.
it's just like fun way to make content, honestly.
I agree, and I got inspired. Dude, I had like my channel up before, and I got kind of like, you know how you fall off? I kind of fell off, and I got like distracted and other things. And I saw you, and I'm like, yo, like you motivated me to get back into it. And I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do.
You
And I'm
got
like,
this,
I can
man.
see your intention. I have the same intention. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, like I see you're making it for yourself. You're doing it to learn. I'm like, I'm gonna go with the same intention. When you have an intention like that, you got nothing to lose, man. Like you're literally just bettering yourself, right? I
yeah,
think that's the authenticity is the best way to start anything, right? It puts you on the right foot. So I'm just like, I totally agree with you, and I think the algorithm does like that. I agree. We don't know
when
how it works in the back end. Right? Sorry, go
yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, when do you graduate your masters?
I'll be there next year, man. Like I have two classes. I'm doing a business analytics specialization, and then I have to do two internship classes. So I had like
Nice.
10 courses to do, six are done. There's four left. I'll be done next year. I could have graduated now. I was just like, I don't want to graduate now in this market because like it's a bit
It's
shaky.
cooked,
Like
right?
everyone's moving
Yeah,
around. So I'm like, I'd rather just do like an internship, build up my channel on the side while I'm an internship and put up content and try to build some products and then go from there. Because there are recent grad roles and then there's intern roles, right?
yeah,
So both are kind of well. I just last year, dude, when I was like, I had the bachelor's in biology, all those boot camps, like no one really cared. It's like, yeah, like so the boot camps weren't really helping as much for me at least. Even with like a big network, man. Like I think I have like 6K people on LinkedIn now, and
yeah.
I'm like, damn,
Nice.
I used to think that was big, and then I'm just like, dude, like if you make content and you have good content, you can get way higher,
Yeah,
you know? And but sometimes it's good to keep it separate. Like I think it's good to have your content in your personal life and then keep your professional life separate. Sometimes they give you more work, man. They'll be like, hey, you're doing all the stuff on the side. Why don't you just do this at work type of thing, right? So
yeah,
it's like, yo, you gotta be a bit careful. But like, so I'm just like, yeah, like I don't want them to intermix too much, but I'm just like, I'll better myself. But the whole goal is growth, man. I think growth mindset is the biggest thing. So if you have that growth mindset, then you'll definitely find success in some shape, way, or form, right?
yeah.
So yeah.
Dude, thanks for coming on. But I'm gonna keep updated on all the stuff you're working on. But what's it called?
Sure, but like
Yeah, we'll like what's it called? We should do more content. Teach me about some of this data science stuff and what you're learning.
I'm happy to, dude. Let's just keep building out the YouTube community of
Yeah,
people we know.
dude.
Get more
Yeah,
people
like
on and
even
from
my
each
brother is
other.
working on like some finance AI stuff. I feel like you're
Yeah,
working on something different than us. So it's like the community is just nice and getting bigger. Like people that we know and that we trust, like building stuff, and we could just easily meet up, talk about stuff, learn stuff. It's crazy. That's why I wanted
totally.
to get you up on here because I was like, yeah, like it's nice to
Personal.
see people that I know were kind of doing the same thing. The content complements all like this. Like I want people to hop on and people on my channel also view your stuff because this is different stuff than what I'm doing too. It's like this, and this is useful stuff that people need to know. It's like,
Valid, no, 100%. I'm happy to support. I appreciate you having me on, man. And it's like, if we can teach each other, dude, that's the best way to learn. Like, especially people around your age, you know, like how we communicate with each other is different than how a 20, 30-year-old person with an age gap is communicating with us. Right? Like, personally speaking, I just learn better from my friends. Like, if I watch your videos, man, I can relate to you. It's easier for me to learn. If I ask, like, someone who's been in industry for 20, 30 years, like, they may or may not be able to explain it the same way. They've seen a different version of tech. We grew up with a different version of tech, right? So
yeah, exactly.
just like I agree, man. Building out the community of innovators and building out content that supplements each other is really important. And keep up
No,
the
yeah,
good
and
work.
you
And
for
I'm always
forever. Let me know if like you and your brother ever need a referral or anything. Just message me. You got my number.
sure, man. Yeah, I think I have your number on my old phone, so I gotta find it.
You have me on
you can send
Snap,
me-
so just message me. Like if you ever want a referral. Like I know a lot of people. You know a lot of people too out here. So, like whenever you need a referral for anything.
Yeah, I'll give you a shout, man. I
yeah.
appreciate that.
All right. Thanks for
opening
tuning
up.
in.
Yeah, no
Catch
worries,
you, man.
brother. Take care.
All right. Have fun at Gen.
Yeah.
Peace.
Thanks. Yeah. Peace.
Legend. That's my friend Germ from university. He's one of my first friends. I literally think he's my first or second friend because we just took the same. My first semester course, he was in there. So nice to catch up with him. Boy the man, are you gonna be available in 2 hours? We're gonna hop on some coding. I'm gonna do my drop-in coding interviews. I'm gonna take a quick break, but I'm gonna go eat. But I'm gonna do my drop-in coding interviews. After that, we're just gonna keep it up. We're gonna keep streaming, keep dropping. But my next session is gonna be focused straight on leak code, which is what a lot of people here come for. So everyone go sub to my boy Germ. All right, boy the man. You better hop. Yeah. I'll message you on Discord. But everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna go eat. It's already 1:30, and then after I eat, we'll be back to do some leak code stuff. But I'll catch y'all in the next video. Thanks for hopping in. Ending out the stream. And Samuel, thanks for hopping on too. Thanks for helping me out with the front end. I'm gonna learn a bunch of stuff on front end too, and we're gonna also do a front end interview on you because you're just super knowledgeable. So I think I just need to prepare the right question, and then from there, it's gonna be good. But I'll see y'all in like probably an hour and a half to 2 hours. Peace.